Abusia for mamu nyina kwa be sam mache ene memenda no pay live e wo UTV so. Ye share ene anope enema kese ene yehwe. Unim dada se ene eye afi election year. Yempo e wo se yehwe se abato no ebeko free, fair and transparent. Na what twetwem ye share se ebo ho komone ye to asa nkomo no so am yehwe but ye ntumi nye abra ye nkan sem bi so a ekoso ene. Ti anope e share mo na chese live. Ubetimi so follow critical issues e wo social media pages tunya UTV Ghana e wo Facebook and UTV Ghana so e wo Instagram betimi ajoin and betimi akomi ankasa me page Afia Pokua bracket real vim lady now dey no so wadwen share ene akwanche bia futo e wo ho ana questions na dey ato na yaka ehun asem and pefa say that kase ma this way chocolate drink do you hear any ensuo share wa sorry me menda no pass afa na besi niam no ne ade unya ba ko na dugu ensuo mu na no ma eno ano una okono o madama ena no pay ye the critical issues e de ebremu na ye bo enkomo no ene vimne de Afia mihia mo a ye ka ne ma akasie mienu number 1 eye nanu ya yera atachen a wo so afo a won na hwe abanwuma ne adensie so akọ parliament akọ kase aban dada no eye NDC o ma diska opepepepe na o sheda de nani esi saglemi housing project so obeka ya affordable housing projects o man pendada kufuo baaye eno hya ase so o ye bie kpon ejae ma ne nwe ne se ma ebo ma ne ka NDC abamba no so obeye de papa Ghana for ebe unse ampa obeka ya NDC try de edikan first one SCS Korea megui am yes boardroom manso ne ade anyeye e no try taglemi housing project adan na wo see over 5,000 housing units asema yera attaching ba parliament na no de betu dwan say sika ye 159 million dollars ya ye de ma Brazil contractor no sika na fa odi na who cause am eno ya asema na efese ye kan wasem ti ye wo minority ranking member kane so afa be de kira na wono na ohwe adensie ani nyuma so sabra wo mo sign contract na yera Collins dada ene ho na be de kire yera honorable samsia he bebo na ya twetwe nkomo no sanso ene ye wo chairman of the select committee of parliament bebo na afa ye hwe say when the disca no esika no he MTN advert we o si na sika no we ye be hwe ba bi sika no ye wo se yakoje yakoje coins kan won nyina beje na ye de aba ofa to so mienu no ye be hwe free and fair and transparent election said the 2020 ye beto abai and na kra the electoral commission ye ne court ma supreme court say electoral commission encofa evidence adanse a che say o tumi so oyi voters register efoforo ye use dada no aye nyina ekuta bi no oyi from na oma NIA card any passport any dey register nti sai issue no cause ye say NDC former deputy minister o hwe attorney general and ministry of justice wo na the case court so ko for more evidence bra answer na court besi sai nyina ye no media for covid aba enti campaign rallies akase otie na anu mampani his excellency na Nadu Akufo-Addo broadcast o dey mano a ye ntumi nye rally na wan hwe ebeto aso a kosi ebe bronya bosumenim it is no crasi ye ntumi nye rally. The question is that why mo na be campaign no said the Dr. Sasanti Political Science Department University of Ghana chemu no campaign we 2020 be media traditional media dada no TV television newspapers any foforo aba enu ni social media na new media no na be adwuma kwame so na media fo betimi aboa amenya free and fair election ne ya as a Ghana for ye pass and papa ye kanya asem ti said ye kana no pe no media koto ba bi opensen kwa opemanso opedi obel causing fear and panic and alarm ye be na media for ye so yankwa akodi e kire say o na ntokwa besi eno ne ye pe na yankwa kofa asem ama ni nyina be kan wasema yera bright blue ayo pedikese Ghana Journalists Association Media Commission Central for a training including me akasa o training ye bebre o pedikese a okasa aprachiki wo media mu a o ka ho bi o child School of Communication Studies Dr. Bonakumsin babe boye na nyina ya hwe ehun asem amiaka ene eye critical issues ni nyina be hia critical answers ye de bebre mu ye basisi a ya be hye nkomo na se abusi avoye sam makwa be sam mache critical issues na no pay ye de ato am no ne nkomo aye ba be bon ye Saglemi housing project no hwan e na di sika hwan e na aye boni ye sika no wo he Ghana mai sika ensesan wo wo he ye be de na ye nya ba bia ye de eti ebeto already no is a reporter wo mo de aba HSA gab ana ekwan a eda wo ma wo ba bia wo de wo ti beto ene wo mo ni bi no housing deficit no about 20% san ko nanim nti se saade a na yesi adan a yasema ehunhia ema Ghana mai ye ne honorable Samsian ye bodi mrahwebedwani oye kaneso afo abide kira no no hwe asoye a hwe enwuma ene adansie ehusem so honorable enete mensa enifa wa ba beken ho se betimi ahwe siska no ewo hinsa so ma breso na contract on ye sign here for Saglemi housing project also ena honorable nana moakon ye chairman ya woda abejoku anase committee na no ewo mrahwebedwum honorable na ewo mensa benkum so no so agepenia wa studio boy am abutumi abon komati abusia for ma kwaba joining na fe akwanche bia na se futu any question bi wo ho no ma wetimi dia advice say ni nyina Ghana tax money e ka ho ene e dey yes ano but for mama kwaba honorable mo na mo ti akonwa so mo na mo be ye statement on the floor of parliament minister honorable Atacha Edibetuya mu case pa ni sen anti mo ba parliament
case yeah question time
okay
and I'm on Wednesday and Rashebedjoni or in Saoma Tuchri. Obusa minister no 80 million questions be offices Kevia era 1 cent. Na enumuna minister no trese Sikano a idea former party and as NDC for no is car for Mosase. Na I'm so called to a little bit fact say that time no ma now mo hono minister that particular time na Collins Dada intino the version be abem 80 million 40 ko 40 by na no ho na akofa sa mansu ediaba enti speaker ka say go but me no obudi side man because in the response to krana minister na kan no was that some cry no what no general and within 1 month no you be take a honsam but so was be jomna e that to say bibia so we intino the legal constitution no omo di paka krakan ho those on chairmanship ne ranking no so omo so emoa ni hwehwe kwan a sai sika no ofa na sika attorney general e wo mu o hwehwe mu na onso be hwehwe mu no ye be di betumi aye because the all can a minister nankasa enti esi efre no na be bia office sika no chechire mu no se ona adwene mu se mu 40 million se 80 million no be bia afa no o mo chire mu chire then we make a report to the plenary
na honorable say munim say report no afi na mo de ama attorney general and say asem no agency ma ade na honorable ba parliament na o make allegation as serious as sika na ebi afa baabi eno no problem a unuanom wo no say wa make allegation a wan chire wa kan wa eko mo report mo say e beba bosome nyama ne ba de wate no wante a eko
eno ne am say issue akra e wo ho because that's the whole bone of contention na no yehwe say I mention it we say cases about end of the month or you break a crowd or teach them say okay asam no maybe a druni na we are within a month no you will come back to the house to report her it is enka ejida no emma but once I will started say we mention in the PBD no that means you have a full proof
okay
because you're a lawyer he's a two lawyer it is one of those from lawyers in Ghana and he say okay be sir he also carries weight e bia wo de wo gina so nti until say nyina nkasa no ye be investigation na ye hu say say gina so na wo no is it valid or not no we will leave that hanging
okay okay honorable Samson wona na wo ministry as deputy minister nti sika no he also $159 million and na mo de sign this agreement contract no for 5,000 housing units omo 80 million as mobilization 80 million or contract and it can ya pay and of 40 no the kogu account mo wa brochire 40 na aka no man share dem ho adwuma papa bi omo ye housing unit 5,000 to man send release unu minister oye bomudi o e floor nti say sika na we he ma che di ana
Afia me da se ne di kan no minister nankasa e kan say omo twen audit report and say wama say yenye auditing value for money audit na report no mai say ne wankasa in your answer no we state here na what is the basis for alleging say obi adiska we no chere credit say minister no engage in politics because say why shall we so munye audit report na report no unsanka report na what is the basis of alleging say obi adiska Afia was say etua 40% $80 million as mobilization fund krate kuta mi wahwe saglami housing project
yes
final report 2018
February 2018
ana ya minister no
ona me fan check camera no mu nyina hu report na ye kan wasem no nti we ye report ono abusam se an say odiaba we 2018 report saglami housing action to hu ne papa but the egusu ni saglami housing project final report 2018 February 2018 no mo chiro no Ministry of Works and Housing nti we ne report ho asem nti honorable
nti we report we ye ne consultant na wo hwe project no so no prepared ma Ministry of Works and Housing in February 2018 na honorable attaching and we minister
oh okay
yes 2018
so
yes.
na MPP
na you cry ni ho
okay
nti we couldn't have even influenced this report. Now in that report we know minister na say etua $80 million as mobilization fund. In this report no you indicate payment etua ma contractor
okay
wo hwa enti me da no me bisa no floor say on report no wo no oni ni say $80 million bi ye ntua bia no cross obi atua $80 million
but attached was that report we
yeah, and I said 2018. What's the housing report? What's the housing Ministry of Works and Housing? And now February 2018. Saglami housing project. Final report. 2018 at the man. And I check when I first saw it is getting now. And to wash her April 2014. I had the first payment to the contractor and was $46 million.
Okay.
July 2014. It took $12 million. Okay. January 2015, sorry, October 2014, Omutia 17 million. January 2015, 12 million. May 2015, 12 million. August 2015, 24 million. November 2015, 15 million. January 2016, 12 million. April 2016, 6 million. July 2016, 5 million. October 2016, 3 million. December 2016, 4 million. March 2017. 2017, when another minister?
2017.
March.
March.
5.6 million.
Omutua koma contractor.
Yes.
Ni nyina kabo mebe sisen.
Ni nyina kabo my $179,904,000.
Okay.
Nta ora no na $180 million. Remember?
When were they sworn in?
What's it?
When were they sworn in? 2017 March, you know.
Oh, no, he was a minister. Oh, no, because I admit it.
Oh, he
was a
minister.
But the minister cry more buying than I was until
2017 March. What years can it be? 5.6
million. Whether or not at the time, no, a minister. But it was paid by the ministry.
Yes. Osha report a year consultant demand na. But be any who indicate say you $80 million. Send a minister no. A person Ghana for in Ajitum say $80 million. And I contractor no a day you move $40 million. A quarter and it's traceable. Nothing of that happened.
But it could also be say and no sikano could do on an account movie, you know. Be an audit report of a company no a bank account and then also or draw say 80 no or 40 no out of the
what say minister na say mo na answer no
okay
what say it $80 million as mobilization fund at a go
okay and also need report in
No. But payment,
answer no move you. Say if
I read that the whole payments, no, how much does it add up to?
Okay, $80 million, sir. Yet Piama contract.
Me and the report I made there. There's mention of 80 million.
Yes, okay. Or no, I can say contract a ministry no. $80 million for the contractor as mobilization fund. Contractor na sense in seconds kana and they move $40 million and or they call very good any attach your answer no. Right honorable speaker, I do not know if the then Minister of Water Resources, West and Housing had been bewitched by the contractor. Minister answer not the buyer. One kasa na kasa
because bewitched brofono na yes brofono. Right honorable speaker, I do not know if then that means the Ministry of the Ministry of Works, Housing, Water Resources, that was the ministry had been bewitched by the contractor. A fantastic because even the adjective fantastic a fantastic sum of $80 million representing 40% of the contract sum was paid as mobilization to the contractor by the ministry. Immediately the sum of $80 million was released to the contractor. When the actual work had not started, the contractor transferred abroad $40 million. I submit that the seed of the bankruptcy of the Saglemi housing project was sown by this dubious act. This racket was so strong that the ministry did not demand a performance bond as a necessary prerequisite before the release of the $80 million.
And that is not. That is also a lie. There is no way. Look, system no. Not Kasa as if say $200 million no. Was deposited in Colonzada's personal account. And I said, even with the Ministry of West and Housing account. No. Esikano, not a war. Bank of Ghana.
It's bank board.
And your Ministry of Ghana, you need access to the money. What we did, and I said, the sea cry is prevailing. And I said, we are subversive ministry now. It assumes that one our technical knowledge. And he said, oh, consultant no register certificate now. Na eba na minister no atro akoma finance for say aduma no ya yadu level way yadu window level emu hia sika transfer to the roofing level nti mo 10 million o trust certificate no kwa na finance minister no
release
ono so am approval based on omo checks. Now finance minister bien assassin so a obe release $40 million or $80 million without performance bond. That's an occasion na bini hono. I will open it to you. I will show you to you. Say there was performance bond, but my point is that Obien ho otua $80 million.
Emma
obia per.
At least per the report.
Ono ankasa na report na. Consultant no arizi ewo ha na ono ankasa tua bi March 2017 5.6 no.
$80 million BN.
$80 million.
Okay.
Enti no say na attach can say. Meba na tovo. Attach can say from the word go obi kukuru sika epaje sika $80 million ma contractor na. That is factually inaccurate. And I can say too $40 million na contractor and they call outside no. So they call materials. In fact, the rationale for that quantum 20% a year Triama mobilization fund man and say no be use to procure equipment, machines, materials we here for adwuma. And going forward no class and man be we in the next subsequent project we no. You don't need into nobody no. First chunk of amount to be out here no na aya na eso.
Baba honorable more evidence e beba no so more evidence e chance ampa contractor di sika ni ye mobilization na niam na also auto ni
o start to say how to speak. Some materials are there.
Some
na say ya yusu bi e dan no say ya si dan bi into materials na dodo e ba no ya yusu bi
okay
ni aka na o san komo trust no aka ho e wo ho
okay
equipment machines ya de be lay blocks no mo ne cars ne you know how to say ya ekasa yi and the evidence are there say or this kind of mobilization the man say on fa mobilize no na onya niema o de be start ya dance no o ko start see ya no ko see ya you see
nti sa attach up evidence and ko wan ko
ono akoza ko ho first day oba ya o take office no okọ ho e ma start tape na o commend highly say adwuma no ya quality work no o ye ni na materials ni na go
ka say my quality work
oba office no first thing okọ ho no first day okọ ho no I commend hardly.
Oh, do you know?
Yes, my producers and
you attaching project.
Attaching commend say, oh, contact na ya juma kama. Means so I there. About the trust. That's about Amada. Afia that was the basis there ma. Onu betua March 27 is kana. It's okwa
me say your friend attach ya clarify ho ne say March no. Sika no order ya because bi one man payment so ebe effective but what chances mu dada onu attach and may not have okay
much what
but onu mo dey hang on
o promise na I'm making you wrong attach say no o your minister January you hand over say minister you insist signatures into that account no kra na obi en ho betimi access sika no ena Nana Makuntimi cancer or chairman for Western Housing to November Minister ho. Now I issue certificates to finance minister or say Muntueska way.
Oh my record you
what has it?
Or take you over.
And no or no as some what can I say? You Tueska way won't. But that is a serious indictment on him as a minister.
That may say what has it taken as
no what it say? Me say Oba and alcohol. My producers no.
That one you are right. That one is established.
Because there's even a bigger question of inti adan no ewo
yes
we see and because attach a problem back on say adan no one deliver
okay
inti honorable me comment on the uni ebe making
so say or can be brave say oh yeah the analysis no wa list months sika na etua ni na no nka me pese ye be hu amount on the door.
They cheer
because it was given
so far 180.
No, we are paying 196 million as we speak now.
196.
Yeah.
Me say Afia am chechiro no. When we here na yedima contractor no. Aduma na ye no. Consultant e wo ho. Consultant is ka etua man no. Enye part of sa figure we are mabo no.
Okay.
We had two consultants. There were foreign one and an AES local one. And so almost na etua no. Enye part of sa figure we maka no. Figure we maka no.
Adena project kakra ye. Amagana for nya baby omude omuti beto keke. Munya two contractors.
No, two consultants. Manka
consultants. Yes, but even that because President Kufuor dey oba ya anye ni sin. Mukroya na mu complaining say.
I know say yeah. Nanka me baso but no. Nanka me baso. But we know very important in a man
president. My questions I don't know to
consultants. Say esika na buy na free Credit Suisse bank na the buy. Esika na buy there are some conditions attached to it.
Okay.
Obaji aje onje ajai. Enti omo consultant on so be ni be di akira mama hu say esika na ya je say dey edan no. We are using the money for the purpose.
Okay.
Enti omo ponte consultant. And I yanso because to me like wholly on foreign consultant no. Now was say fire Ghana government consultant AESL. Man also touch it so that when my report now we are certified so that we are sure say aduma na no for then ekoso.
Okay.
What I say?
Okay.
That cost is not even part of self-go market.
Okay.
Into Nana.
Actually, you know. What's the whole cost? 159 million. Yes, sir.
Who says 159?
And 159 a minister.
I
say 159. Oma misappropriating 159.
Okay.
But
because in the contract form they buy and 200 million. Okay. That's what the parliament approved of it.
And so far Motia 196.
Yes.
And a dynamasi and almost see.
Because when the first contracted them, you say 200 million, they have to build up to 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, for some. And only what is killing all of us. It's up to no. See between us, what is to Ukraine is up to because what's it be? Internet could say it's up to. And the 5,000.
One is a man sign contract. I trust our brother say up to no. And you honorable Collins Adamo.
No, and yes.
Up to no.
Yes. iti.
Honorable iti mensa.
Yes. And no more day contract no that particular time. Because he no MP or pram. Minister. So inti no minister. And that constituency no so na li isi edi jumadi no so no. No so on the constituency. And he was very instrumental because aja MP na aja bibia basase wo ho na the constituency eboa amount for. And he was very particular and it was very instrumental say between. And
lawyers wo na motena no mo cho bro say up to. And you said deliver 5,000 houses.
Afia, the point is that, Mr. Mo.
So you, up to no. There's a lot. This issue was unearthed by Frida Pempe. Because at that particular time, he was deputy minister in charge of housing. And he on minister there say, on share that particular project, So. Ono na ibibiano oye say dwumadie we and he has most of the facts the WhatsApp Seglabe project and when he presented a report and I was up to so about say as a committee we went there at that time he was my ranking e ko hwe enoma ni nyina na eden na wo mosi no at that particular time if he say at we speak now if he's a year a dime, 1,024.
1,024.
Yes.
Okay.
And the 1,024.
Out of the 5,000 that wasn't Cosino.
Yes. And a move 632. And also there is completed.
Okay.
But the completion in the sense is we cannot inhabit it because there's no light.
Unto mint them.
Yes.
Can you any
and the switch system is not completed.
Can a contract no so or they can
that is the contract whereby the government of the day have to provide.
There's a contract ne copy na.
No. The contract say Ghana a man on the best.
Ebe can ni nsuo.
Exactly.
Any contract and for say can ni nsuo ni.
No.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Inti 1,024 na why?
No why?
And a 632 pena.
Yes. Okay. And it's 2022 no freeway no more now. You saw where maybe about 480 and also what several stages.
Teenagers at least were delivered.
And what could be?
But much yes, that's
not even true.
But what information I have the ministry?
No, chairman of the
committee. I was on the ranking member.
We can take some of your staff.
Camera near
account to near who says 602 who is tell the truth. Let the account.
But Penny said 1,024 crown where we are. Out of it, out of 5,000.
632 now.
632 na we cry. But 1,024 na say one day BBC.
Yeah.
And Ukraine say a new 5,000 fan crowd.
That's why you be.
But she can also 196.
Yes.
Let us say almost you can nyamotria. Tim patch on check the entire munye. You contract and the problem they say on deliver.
Me when if somebody talks you be face by faces me bro of kakara me say oh you be face when you are challenged say bia udru hana sikasemutino then you break them into faces. But when the money is available and you are doing a project, it should be continuous. And the say phase 1 they say see 200, phase 2. Me I don't understand that. In the phases, and we say up to 5,000, and the money has been put in the account for deliverance to you. And accessibility is so difficult. And they say, what to me, I say all this amount now. I say, it to me, near BB, at least, if you now, a course in Kakra. Now, you can 1,024. Everyone have issues with it.
No, but no question man for performance. Bianca, who be there dance, second contract there. You more you might see. Afia di kind, my say. Afia toss me no. Why say one you say I ain't you but say the honorable something I did 2018 report number. Ye chair is consistently, including Muhammad Breso. Now just said the contractor was working. And the excuse is why 1,024 penno. Ebane saying.
And I just say at that time 2014 I hear all those things and I hear it drew any abroad. So then people who say when the ministers were sworn in, even though we may be in government.
Oh, but February.
February, early January, because hereby it takes some time because they were sworn maybe it was the fastest time I swear most of the ministers because we were ready to go to work.
That means he can't hear you attach your no anymore.
Oh no. He was a minister. The last one, if they were sworn in there, then he has a knowledge of it because there's no way senior as a minister but now now so no shame. He has to be held accountable.
Inti sa no na just attach am ayetue or no aka say contractor na anya adwuma yie wadi sika. He's equally liable said honorable something and he can.
Because presumptively no e bia na ono no fi say adwuma say bia na on course side kwan hwe before we say
on course site say so beji report.
Fine, the course site aba. And you feel say adwuma na o maye no sufficiently is warranted for them to be paid that amount. And what year. And later on, when he set up a committee on it to sit on this particular issue, how would Frida prepare to honorable Frida? And they came out with a story say, this is what the situation is really on the ground. And then we have to come in as a committee to go to the ground to see say no man air canning and air no correct. And the question the any kohunu and the answer by a report. And there's the figures that we came up. Now my colleagues say, and yet no cray. And this I'm just say, and Ukraine now, we have not been able to deliver for Ghanaians as a whole. Both government in now. Because me, I have a view, say, you buy a crown, and I say, BB, and I see crown crana. And can share. We continue now because we need housing for the development of Ghana. No, but now, you know, politics na you know. Sometimes it will be yes, you want to score political points, but at the end of the day, in who suffers?
Into we honorable Giatum say political points.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying so, but so also we can begin we just saying ka or trace kakra and ka that debate you know because all these figures are there. What they come out Attorney General, they are looking into it because when we have the meeting, I remember quite well. Say, many honorable and say some of our colleagues, Kurano. There was an issue. So okay, yeah. I'm so only Betty. Before kakra ba a meeting because at that time no na we say this ka ho say it you know say sometimes we do your meetings are no a year non partisan no so nyina no kotena say as a group as a member of parliament. But sometimes so no seriously you be go wa ban so sometimes you come in.
Any brain now so abam.
Yes.
But honorable you share baby esika no because honorable me pese every because attaching answer me okay very important say wa ban ya ba akonya so wa ban ba January nti bosome miensa March any etu ya last one. Honorable attaching state asem wa kind of parliament and onim say ye moduro mu tue esika boom am a contractor. Well, me wa attaching our breast. If this report is true, no. But on attaching at the committee level, but we contested report we.
Oh, that be so.
On contested report. Into on contested report, then also we are also to a fantastic amount. Send the bro for you so.
Yes.
People say fantastic amount. Into then also to a fantastic amount.
So not just na my phone also abe watching.
Abe phone
abe watch and this my tears can no.
Na abe
phone. Also better ko na so.
Oh say no free so nchere.
Ba me ba.
Abe phone we still working.
Don't talk like that.
No, but this is a very serious
issue. Apart from that, apart from that
no.
On 31st July 2017, the ministry signed the third amendment of the agreement with the this is a time na e de ma contract and say on twice we the man one time we no o san buy e be request for extension
our ban ho sabre na
say on one time na on we adwuma. This was 31st July 2017 when attachment was
and attachment sign here
and now also a stand man no additional 6 months say open we adwuma.
Okay.
What is it?
So the year no.
Very good. So until say obana say I obi discuss woman. What do? You terminate. And I say you put stop to everything. Then you go into it. But listen.
When he came to that conclusion.
Because it's 31st July. Which is about 7 months into attaching
what is it? Until obana say what find some offenses be execution of the project What do? You terminate it or you put a hold on it. do your investigation, clear yourself, but not when. Also, I don't know koso. Oko to scan be o my extension of time. We you know you can say oh, ebi no before you be no ma. You to tiska. Afia. This report. Nana say you only 1,000 a
2024.
Yeah. Look. If I say what kind. On 21st December 2016, the ministry signed the second but on that second dwelling to be handed over 1,024, as he said, unit completely finished.
Completely finished.
Completely finished.
Bro, for macho woman, no.
Any 1,024 units. What? Why can't?
So
this is serious.
Afia can
me home bro for no. Completely finished. Waka home.
And I
but na bo so omunwie.
Oh, remember? Who dey say? Omo no.
10
I don't know more no. Umba no the politics na sheshe no. They are not even going to the ground to look at the facts on the ground.
It's have been there.
388 finished externally. Near any say. But I tell you for office no.
By report almost bro for no am completely finished.
I habitable. I just say
can anyone is you.
Very good. No,
so one better report we say completely finished. Ukroya we say 388 na finished externally.
No.
What's the difference?
I don't know 1,000 first phase near 1,502. 1,502 no emu 1,024 completely finished.
By what do they mean by completely finished? No, bro for I said
Afia tie. I don't know AC no. Contractor na djuma na wo ye no edansie na kasa na o si makoma 1,502 no na wasi awie se ankansu o ho nkane o ho a afua o pebi a de safo ma wa eno ansa wo de wo mpa kosim na o trim.
So that's
what it means.
And na check completely finished.
Yes.
Na externally finished bro for no.
And also no na say ya outside where you na na aka say inside na wo kwa meba am titiro mu wo beti ase inside na wo kwa na to say kitchen cabinet no. And they said WC inside 388.
Report to him fast explanation way mau.
I'm telling you what I'm not introducing. I was there. I'm telling you what happened.
But the kitchen cabinet and your external work. Into case externally finished say.
That's
kitchen cabinet or them.
Take your time and listen to me. Me say 388 finished externally. Let us say painting no outside painting na can any internal works are na ye be fese kitchen cabinet na socket no mo na WC no na ye it 1,024 make no ya both external and internal okwa kitchen cabinet ya fese okwa WC ya fese okwa friends socket mi na bulbs fine ni na ya fese ni na ya both external and internal. Okay. But a move 388 no. Now you external west now. After na omugusu omo face fan no money friends other activities na aka ho na ye no. E mu 90. And so na ebi wo window level ne roofing level. Na ye. Enti ye be free no. Now you account for the entire first phase 1,502 no.
See, that's why I was at the first phase.
Say the attachment by ya ordinary libere abegu Kolonzada say Kolonzada na sign agreement no. On the 4th January of 2013. ET Mensa. Ja. Wani. Anya Enoch ET Mensa.
Yeah.
Ana Zibrim ni chief director.
Omo na sign contract.
No sign. First contract. Okay. In that contract no sign here no. And no say whereas the Ministry of Water Resources, Waste and Housing has agreed to provide the site located at Sagreme, Greater Accra region, with an area of 2,172 acres. The site, the contractor and the ministry have agreed, the contractor and the ministry have agreed that the project will be executed in 4 phases of the approximately 500 acres each. 4 phases. And some people consider the this and minister no you know. Look at the source of the problem crab. Consider the control some agreement way. Afia utie. Contractor no contractor control agreement way ya. Contractor no any minister no assign I am bounding on him. Say young fancy project no.
I said, "Oh, now we can touch and buy it."
Obrigate if you stop buying.
That's money be anyhow.
Okay.
I'm only explaining to you, sir.
Okay.
I'm not for doing money, sir. One that I inherited near project no year no. When me community her May. By the time I could do her May no. Now some of these payments no money me na ko. What you say? I am explaining it today because now I follow it. I was part of Omo executive project. But who signed the contract? Who made the payment? I wasn't part of it.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
And every one can say, "Yes, I bet you something here too." No, come here, Sika. When sign a contract, when PS Sika, we are deputy minister. You don't approve certificate. And I am not sign a contract, no. I touch a crowd of Kazon Bizan and I hear what I hear him. But the point I'm making is that over 2 contracts, I abandon. If you want to terminate it, it also comes with responsibilities. And you say, "Oh, sorry, I was my cancel, my terminated contract." No, do you agree? It is a contract about to say in 4 phases because I didn't have my man for NTS. Say I didn't have 5,000. Eban say na, I will do 1,500.
Yes.
Of your answer, no. Yes.
And the Sicano, you almost can name a contract. Tiana no.
You say, but the say 4 phases. Into first phase, no.
And I 1,000.
And I 1,500 and 2.
Esicano.
And Esicano.
Esicano, seed fund for the developing also can be up to 5,000.
Okay.
Up to 5,000. Now, if you tell me, say,
5,000 in our cost, you're saying 5,000
and 200, no?
Need 200.
Yes.
It is 200. Now, honorable, yet 196 million. I'm a contractor. Now, only first phase, no crap,
1,500.
Honorable project.
Oh, yes, I've told you, sir.
Honorable.
I've told you,
by
listen.
your own report.
Yes.
First phase quota. 1,502. 1,502.
Yes.
And I'm say
only 1,502.
They didn't listen to me. Me say 1,024. I do be any home.
Until we deliver first pass.
And
first phase, no.
Part of the 1,522, no. 502, no. 388 so.
Kakara.
But nanka e mo ahomboso mbako a. Some trust anka mo ahomboso mbako a. Na ko mo wie.
Say more extension.
Because more extension 6 months account.
Up to that time.
There be on people no cost near 200. 200 million yeah they emu 196 million amount contractor. First phase was all year 1,000.
Your man 196. I misinformation.
No, that's what it is.
Are you straight? Are you wrong?
Wrong saying.
I can't say okay.
No, because what I have.
Afia. Oji onu 2 months wa. Na sika be na de ma consultant. Say you try 196. Me ba. You try 196 am contractor na. It's how much did you pay to the consultant?
That's why I say capture the report.
And I'm saying,
consultant is a guy.
Figure now, say 180 million, you tell me contractor no. And how can handsome? But if you dare to say
180 million,
196,
180 million.
It is 196. Who name baby?
And you try 196, you know. Attach your 5%, so I then you 200. That's what you 196. I don't know you have 5% in try.
No. The amount that we have paid up to date, no. The amount that we pay,
including consultancy, can
that everything. That's the amount that we give is 196.
And I'm sure say, Juma no, omo betray, omo trust wa. Anka no problem be any ho because
yes,
you have 90% am contractor no. Contractor no say be free akoyan so no aye more than 90% of the job. If you are 1,500,
see it pay your calculations no.
Pay 1,500. Now what you 1,024. Not 388 at to say any ceiling fan, kitchen cabinet. 1 month, 2 months time. Can't you finish that? If we are all the count 1,004 plus.
Yeah, but all the count on about the question is, yeah, my contract and up to the best so we 5,000.
Oh, there be send in the execution of a project no dey. What him say? It will be cry. Over ready season cry no.
Fine. That's the reason why your man
extension
6 months. Say my extension for 6 months.
My extension 6 months penna. Sansen somebody no stop them.
To almost stop them even after
it's
extension.
During that period that we uncovered this thing that's going on.
According to that channel, Attorney General got the report but say now contract no all have say until no they didn't even have to extend it.
And it
resulted in the boardroom exchanges. enti contractor no kura no etro say omo engis company minister no test ka bi mo e ma no be yasam
okay
enti the contractor stop the work enti since amu ba ya mo ko fa brok ba kon to no so enti yes baby ye aduma no duru ye no ana omo jai ana me kire o say by the time we free office no sanka omo to aso a anka in 2 months time no they could have added 388 to the 1,024
aduma so yeah who deliver 5,000 kwanza na attach
2014 to
that's what he said. How? Because
they will report here coach
and the way that
no you are not getting me well aduma no ye no first phase no ye 1,502 you are ton you ton one then you reinvest it
in the agreement
that is the first phase okay. That is it okay. In the first phase no now what people don't get it in say so who can say for 200 million no ensi dan ya na say you consider no dan ko na person can to 1 2 3 24 5,000 and I said 1,500 no go do one just say drainage system bia yenye no listen let's say over tell me say etikano $200 million na me
what's the embodiment of building a house
let's say 200 million of your person ko can 5,000 so you are telling me say
system na nyam business say aban there and na no aboka say aban na was ko hwe kane
a on site infrastructure no can say contractor no o si dan na wire yin na obeye
but
lay out yin na obeye in fact first phase no ye lay out yin na ma cover other phases ayaye uko ha say ye drainage yin na cover the entire plot enti say o ko ye second phase na o ha ho kran ko ye lay out biem on ko ye sa drainage system ni biem what is it ne aban na government so ye ne say contractor no aye wire no na waye tight tension na udi free baby baby edan no wono e na ye abana said say ye di nsuo free e bia pon e baba site ho no e na ye abana said but the contractor no was supposed to say obeye parts ni nyina what I say o si dan no baby say o de pipe she bia obeye ni nyina na oye pipe system no nyina ho e ho what I say it is that infrastructure no was part of the duties of contractor
no
oh yeah
my ediko
oh yeah enti nso na ebe de ko no aban no mfa nkoye
na ba na oye hwan
enti say o de timi o
say una say ga de go
no eno na ye aban ya sede no
ona bo mbese otobo na ona bo mo no mo tie akonwa so say as committee
anka otimasi here na nka mo ye
enya me na wose mete wase wose nkofo mo
otimasi na nkofo so tiase
the go di ase
me ko am I confused about the project
mama ntombo na obetiase
so unu abe mache nti se sia no the state of the project omo deliver and omo deliver
anti ama omo deliver any say eye abanya said say near o see ye kura no let admit say season ko na ye
okay
eye habitable let's admit anti na ye nton ye anti na obi antim
because money is
abanya said say so dey nsuo ko abanya fan ko 3 years ni afa na afi bia be
3 years na mo 2014
afi bia be che e don be court 2017 2018 so what your current in the media
in the
2019 the same matter am I discuss say and I want it afibia de kokot afibia de kokot
o say man one man
this say oba focus say sa mukaka na ya ready kura no oni nsuo be ko site na ho ya habitable na odi nkania be ko ho na ho ya habitable no onye nti ona obremu no
nti we chanting attach
ona obremu no
okay
enti wo kwa kaka na wo say me say 2024 na ye wie
o paye
o dia wo say 600 ko na ye wie no 600 na ye wie no adenti na obi antimu
okay it's honorable say as committee chairman mo ko share project say ni state plan saying
and am I giving the breakdown am the amount but any few say ko monye but at that particular time no minister say case no or the attorney general for him to get response.
Afia mama 2017 budget.
Some channel.
Somewhat 2017. Let me tell you.
Omo ediba. Then they will continue.
Okay.
And I'm saying.
Into 3 years no ma obi o freeze project.
Because say eno no bia ukasa ko start project now. Na e bia wardrobe say can to me so enkan some aye can say say 1,000 this and that na akwa hwe. Ti because I computer so ni 1,500 ni nyina. enti say establish
honorable homesoma me na honorable Frida Pepe onu ababa say was onu na project esi ne sense nti honorable Frida Pepe former deputy minister for works and housing na yes onu na Saglemi housing project sikedie ne sika ye hunu yes allegedly honorable something he is can wo ho
yeah
honorable ye mo achi o
yeah ni amenia
honorable say ho ye de
Pacha domini afeye me hoye me gidi so ho ye
Enyakopon adaroma covid na ehunam no ayese be fanta honorable project na so na uko bie so na we nyina baaye nti pacha uko ye a wo hwe mu no de na uko hu ye Saglemi housing project so
Yo, mini ameda so me cheche fo nyina we dey minim so best friend. I don't have my documents with me. But they make me can say project no almost sign a contract. So mo be 5,000 houses e was Saglemi. At some point in time, the minister at the time, Honorable Collins Dauda, the chief director, met with them. And they almost decided on fire, so we reduce the scope of work to 2005. But they reduced the scope of works from 5,000 to 1,005, but at the same cost of 200 million. Or we reduced to about 1,005 or no. One can say, yeah, just about 1,005, which is reduced to about 1,005. It still stood at the 200 million. And subsequently, payments of more making and the dates in our home. The blame any college out the contractors and we get payments, we reduce amount of number of houses. And this was 1,204. 2017, yeah, by. But the chief director, no ministry, should be called to answer some of these questions. Because say your chief director, as time when we share, as time probably without even involving the minister, that is where the crux of the issue is. And here, Thomas, as well as should answer. That's that date, mention said ministry, if I reduce the scope of work, so we cannot reduce the scope of work, should be made to answer. But the bottom line is, 1,204, after the time I mean free ministry, me call inspection with my housing directorate, you call teaming contractors and any of my former work on the and you know Mudin Kitahu. And you be so say all things being equal. Yet this car can cram my 1,500. Almost me Aviana. I want to me friendly. Because 300 and something no crown almost so maybe and you habitable. So I say to me, my friend is a burglar proof for the idea of holding in Afia. What was that some could be to account him?
Honorable, so many things if Sana Tiadia, Honorable Frida Pepe, Sana Tiadia, you will report on 2018 report, I just say, more mobile, March, mobile 2 years can be. And to say, yes, if it's that bad, say, and yet, now, you man will contract any to me, and then I must have my can be a council extended contract on Bosumi, sir.
Me who's our report now won't come because I asked me who's our report now or read it from no.
We have one ministry 2018 reports February and I'm sure our reports from Ministry of Works and Housing and all.
I make say me I say report now some say he read it now no. Obi friend some say he the report be wo UTV about Saglemi.
Okay, now but we are aware say match remove yeska.
The medium say the contract no em say me best studio with the facts and figures ni nyina ya tena say akasa the facts and any woman say they reduced the number of houses from 5,000 to 1,500. Something you will always argue about it, but they reduced to 1,500. They did not reduce the money to compensate to 1,500 houses. They left it at the 200 million. They share 40 million. I'm they are starting. Your chair payment, BBC one is your chair 196 million Ghana.
196.
And drew the quarter of Sikana yet here at your mom.
It's on a
further investigation into something.
Yeah, fine, but on a winter Yabusa match say report here also on your way. Reporter capture say a match. Sabe na mona motia konya so 2018. Mutu escan dey twa to kra de ma contractor no. Indi say adwuma wo ye nso ani a. Na ye review contract ne kra. Eye de na mutu last one no. E de ma no. Anana munim.
What about to adwuma? minister, my former minister, I'm about touch or your lawyer ni mapa. I'll bet you share be and son of bet you can be a watch here. If you say secretary be by and maybe probably meant for a particular process and a project and answer encounter be our new woman because I'm not privy to that report in our camp. But I'm privy to the fact to say the former chief director and the Honorable Collins Zauda amended the contract, and the current chief director also amended the contract.
There are 2 amendments.
I have 3 amendments.
3.
Yes.
And I'm also mobile, be July.
Yeah, I made the contract to be a.
Mobile, made the contract there.
No, no one outside. The same if you
honorable something I report you okay. Honorable something I report
to come to the studio with my documents and with something here. Yeah, delve into solving.
Okay, to honorable him there, but me fans one say next week, you be more better. Yeah, honorable something I
contract no almost signing almost signing for 5,000 houses. And no amending it to 2,500. 1,500 no man
no.
Because I got the contract and when you go to man away. And she said, "Oh no, attach your account with amendments no more it didn't go through parliament. But parliament the first contract."
Okay. But honorable attach answer answer also you say some match sikano if I am passing it to ya. Why ne tuya why na ma kwai se ntua e ma contractor bra ye o say okay na djuma so ani dia ade na yetu SS card but honorable ye fan so na next week ye fa document
before
because honorable something I say the
attach chance or the man any
attach answer
no read say am
I something he me na share was sadly me ho
attach man so
yeah so you say you can in no correct.
But wait, other paper, honorable attaching about parliament, no. Other paper. First and foremost, honorable attaching by Obeka say a draw and a better contractor near Collins and Crawford. It's also on before I see a ye pan or the year no or nim the entire on me churches cabman one of the
point contractors. I said, yeah, who be go man so.
But they demanded it. One of the answers honorable attached on 31st day of July 2017, the chief director of the Ministry of Works and Housing reviewed the second amended and restated agreement and signed the third amendment and restated the EPC agreement. This was extended a period. 2017. I'm confused because when the amendment was extended, and honorable for that paper can way that or say. Chief director,
contract period.
Yeah, but honorable for that paper emphasizes say, and your ministry was chief director. Unko quite extended side way.
She said it. Who is responsible?
Well, minister no mum there.
Who is responsible?
I know there. Chief director and
minister experience in this work, no. Chief director and minister, no.
and I say, inti moye den adena we muni se Ghana ye kodim dada adena mu wie dan no adena contractor no ntumi nya adena mu fa ma another person adena still ye dan ho
na say Afia wonim say wo sign contract na say contract wo so woni abo de na wo yellow say wuti bi 50% na won ka say ma brokerage contract
so na bo ma physical contract bebre iti ko do roast adena mu physical contract
afa processes mu bebre actual contractors no call letter maybe ya ba wo condition bi say wan ko ye wo ya
propaganda lawyer
na brokerage contract
propaganda
ministry want to know need to me about current information after the time I was handling agreement here I can give you up to date information from that time to system trio.
Yo, it's on about the next week. Yeah, but next week, on about attaching report now. Where other people?
We attach and there's something. I have verbatim. Read way. Ready to
2070. Where he was just quoting a
31st.
And now where 31st July. The signed a third amendment.
It's not the same thing.
Okay.
I have the same report.
Okay. Okay.
Do you doubt my report?
Yeah, the figure is also captured here. Yes.
You doubt my report?
The figure
So-
your report is correct.
What is here?
Reflect on that. The director should be held responsible. Because you a ministry, you have a minister authorized to mandate you. So you don't sit in your office and review contracts.
Honorable Vida Pepe, as deputy minister of ministry, are you saying, say, minister, you have chief director, and you're holding responsible for reviewing the contract? No review contract, not attaching away. But you no review contract, not attaching away. And I sign it on behalf of you.
Probably. If you can touch a review contract, and that's why I made this contract. Because the chief director did not involve anybody. He sat in his office and did that amendment. So he should be there to answer.
Minister, attach anymore.
Be the minimum so far attach and be the one frame it be the minimum.
That's why the political head is the minister.
Yes.
And it's a body because one man is the minister near holding responsible. And yet chief director because
reason why the chief director as much as we are the spending officer, you report to somebody and you take authorization from somebody. Okay. You don't think you know.
So why you blame the chief director? Okay, also we know.
You know what? Honorable Frida Pepe, Canadian deputy minister,
Afia,
I didn't see.
Report. If it's authentic, next week you bring it up, and then don't.
Attach an answer you.
Look, and it's fine.
Is it different from what is this?
What two-way? Nobody
does what my report.
There's only a doubt.
I mean, I don't have a right to doubt.
I say, oh, can we say? A report, he report.
No, that's not his report.
Listen.
What about your whole?
No, woman. And your report, woman. Difference. That paragraph.
On this part, on this one, the paragraph.
But Frida Pepe so onims are reporting.
And I said, no, or your deputy minister, be a trauma, and I hand over man. And they be on the uniform last year. It's a Frida say on him. No anymore. Why do you blame the chief director?
Oh dear.
Do you know what transpired between the chief director and the minister?
Okay. Let's get over into more of this
next week.
Afia, you know one person say, Obiani, one city. Our agreement has no attach and say, or you're auditing. Or you're auditing him. And so he has alleged fraud.
Okay.
Without any basis.
Okay.
Now, I can't say that former ministers started 2017, 2018 or kind, 2019 or kind, 2020 and so on. Can be.
And so on Chobia.
Also 1 month.
Because there's nothing in there.
Also 1 month.
There's nothing. I never 1 month. What's 1 month now report to be ready?
Yes.
And you say if you're waiting for 1 month for the report to be ready, I don't know to say okay, so be a discuss.
He's privy for most of the information or holding more workers, so you know, based on that and what they can.
Then if you're privy to
premises,
what is the need for the report?
So I'm sure no.
What then tina minister honorable Collins that on kasa wa same way.
What's it?
If and who so on then on kasa wa same way.
What's it who so? Oh yeah, but I'll prove to you so here. If say omoka any no kura agreement where consider no mo ina omoka say consider reduce figure no. E derive from
I say 5,000
derive from agreement it means sign here with the contractor.
So they can review
no 4 phases.
There's 4 phases in the Krana, 1,500 Krana. It will be 6,000.
4 phases are different from reduction.
So
you still see 5,000.
You cannot just variate it.
But obviously, sign out 5,000 and then.
And 5,000.
And 1,000.
And sign. But can you the same one? I feel and sign. Phases no say. And I make sure I say. Who first has got $200 million now? Equipment and machine cry about to
when the whole thing was there now, it's 200 million for 5,000.
Machines and materials now, but
so you're also trying to conjoin something.
It's not cost embedded in that $200 million. Machines
I was here when the original contract and say to me make a determination on
contract. No,
listen. Machines they can and I'll bet me.
Listen. What Parliament approved was the commercial agreement. The EPC agreement, engineering works agreement, say the actual work was not approved by Parliament.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm on frontier. Parliament, Emma, as you can say, 200 million way. Sit farm, from consider 5,000. But actual work now, after say, design say, 3 bedrooms, hold on, 4 bedrooms, 2,000.
Hold on, mommy. Now, current minister, deputy minister, West and I was using more change. After Ewa Manaso. asem clarity e wo mu ana
okay can't you mean ya hin se me chia no na would say me wa kono it's my baby constituency
aso bompa ya ma no
ai o se o bompa ya ma
me ma studio ho na asem ni na me hu abi kontia ahin ni ya hin ni na yo baby ayi adwuma ayi parliament so ba kan se mu ni na nti so wa yo wa se bia kan
parliament yan tra ma ngu ehu fi
ne koka aspect here is many are paying the Minister for Works and Housing, Honorable Samuel Akachia, and the Kasa or Mashibi for Nano Yawada. And they send me to Ghana for him. At first, he catch the 200 million United States dollars. A buying Kujina Parliament, so did they see affordable 5,000 affordable housing units. And the amount Ghana for 5,000 affordable housing units. No, I pay the case what about do 1,500 BD. After I do 1,024. Meanwhile, so we have something here. In say, o man paying 2 million minister, but one paying the appointed minister. O man paying a sign executive approval, and as a result approval free. My paya so ye eba mashibi jemu ni mashibi jemu peneso so man payi and I say mine go this says kede go this says kadaba obi ani to me say obese sasa document apart from mashibi jemu so ye una ye swafo a wo sabia ho a na be so sanu a eso bra mashibi jemu na ti meda ku ti be sanu amane fa na wo tna wo so ye ho na wo sa contract ya no and I say contract with the other one. The who from so now say me a career no. What was a speaker? Honorable Michael Quay. I'm to the team was baby committees me in Kusia. No one got say me. Then now to me the paper on Samra. When some no any young. As some I can speaker the ama a contractors no. Honorable touch a time. I have 59 million that is the state dollars. And it's a paddy no my oh, you may have my I only may pay million. But you will be able to find a pay. As some my year can, I crack I bet to you. And yes, I touch it to check but I mean, I'm tissue being her and my movie cream.
Is it honorable, but your page on my your big question? I would say, projects no. O minister about parliament about because a drone. Be ye ni ade aye NDC fonti na no mu tues ka no aye executive project so omo de akwa AG omo twa report bo so me but o minister conclude say e drone ne ade omo no omo twa fantastic amount nti honorable samsi ahim issue ni say 3 years ni mo buy na mpa say mo dwene Ghana for one ana mo wie project so na mo fa ma Ghana for mi wa march kwa mo say tue bi
the pacho sir Asema ye Kenyan ano Afia and I say I hear some no kekano minister chirim say yes last payment there by no attach here no otiro as the minister but we payment no way so attach the say ya ko opposite we di one you don't attach and attach him phone chamber
and honorable you waje na just say match sika na mutu aye no minister honorable attach onimore
say can I try on attach aka say no what as minister but that payment only more that payment
but honorable how is it possible so honorable attach anti yes when in January Inti January March inti honorable by March ye tueska honorable attach anymore
Afia mama no sia nka betia se na
okay
ye tie ne say minister kasano o kan civil servants one former chief director of the ministry oboni bin abo say ka say oba yi asam zaska yi tia current chief director on tia o kan nyina o the custom it was so much inside it is a media he say asma touch here come say touch your idea say a friend wo mo mo CID o say attorney general I touch your ko attach your so chamber o ti ase but yes mo na two of you can say and so you can you know Afia a paper trail evidence fact and yes will be that one what the slave and walk I cry time what sign why am I to and ye is answer about parliament you will be honorable Frank I don't know press and my video is so much do you lose own course a man catch ya quabic situation it must be must say I said baby example speaker say committees will go you no more far or report on that. There's some in time. I don't know what I can say. Okay, I got evidence in area. It's one of the we win a Juma or the Coma Attorney General, not Attorney General. The Bishop, Wayafa.
Yo.
Okay, when we now on the captain.
Okay.
If you want the country, I say we so you ever go to football radio. What I said, as I can any political color. I am going to see a
Yo.
So it's going to parliament. I put this alone. Any political color.
Honorable man, now I see. Honorable man, now I see for Chechemu Adiama and also honorable attach and Nimsicano Hoshe, Saglemi project. Honorable attach I say $159 million there and Kofaji Omodi Omo investigation.
It's not true.
And so far, chairman of committee Nana Amwakoso Chemu say Abaye to 196 million. Edi ama almost say komusi 5,000 yenyari amenye mpedi for final comment of any media for mpedi for no and free and fair elections say they beti me koba nyampa next week honorable Samson waja to say next week e beto aso
how come
for document about honorable Frida Pepe
no me say nyina ni
na ma honorable Bwachedri so emra ne
Afia na mpese
so say won Ghana for sika
bia na mpese me kire ne say report ya mari no ha kire wi e kire ba bia sika no ekọ obi ani sika 1 cedi columns down there now ye dey any cedi so say one first on fa 1 cedi nko ba bia what you say omo hu say obi adi sika say no bobo din na e dey na so omo ye Afia say na bobo say chief director former chief director ye we current chief director ye we no what should they do na omonye no mu mani pa hoto no na ahunu hu na say ye be chi wo ye be chi obojo no o dimi chi ho na obetuma chi no obi ani sika obi anya hwe adwuma na ye no ye no according to nhihye na ewo ho no without any blemish enti mo bia anya na dwere say columns that I boni din so what did you so you know people I mean I don't want to use the word but what I'm saying is say parliament approve commercial agreement. There's a difference between commercial agreement and then the EPC agreement. Afia commercial agreement in sika no the $200 million ko fit down 5,000 actual work no details no designs no be ba no are different from near parliament approve here no if you do agree between that and you know there are two contracts two agreements commercial agreement and executive approval and about parliament yeah sika no yes sika no wi no kwa be so be accident no am fe na be ka kroti say sewer system e be ya no ne bo be say am fe na be kan say wire na e be ya no ne bo be say after the can say friends power electricity on obey say after the can say layout obey na no obey say
mama na say by the point of it
what different one and na be who say it's can aka no betuma si dan e be 1,502 and yensi don't forget say why all the kind layout no awie no second phase no be kono onye omoka enye layout no bi
how can
you use 200 million to build say 5,000 house units? Now Southern who see we are because you are telling me say who see that Southern we are no layout, no power system, no sewer system, nothing. We want to go and count 5,000 houses.
Okay. Yo. Honor Mama also comments.
Normally I have issues with that, Sammy, because commercial agreement. It also comes with a works agreement. Normally, say the bar, that's finance aspect of it, they will read into it. Works department, they will bring the same document. They are more detail.
About parliament. Yeah, exemption. We brought it. I'm reminding him.
Okay.
No.
Out of flow.
So because I'm telling the truth. 18 Sabanisano. The variation of Umkran and Yan also be as because commercial agreement now Wakano the same any works. What I say because when we are doing water project, war Serbia Tamalino, the commercial agreement in the parliament the same agreement also. Only the works partner there, works on the And you no, everything is built in. And the say 200 million is way, so those are things, you know. You approve 200 million. And then is, you know, away. That's what they call nitty-gritty here. Say 5,500 now you can motivation and so multiplication. The variation say 5,000 or 5,000. It when the documents are there, you see, I know it will age you. Yes, I refer. I'm a Western House.
2017.
I think so. Hey, I say, I mean, Kasha.
Of your 2017,
and you know, a year within the next 2 weeks, you know. There should be a report on the day. And I think with that, Attorney General, no, we have and we'll come to a conclusion of this scenario here. We are disicano.
Next week,
Ghana report no member both reports no ne ba na ye hu say ye do be
you don't allege fraud.
You don't have nothing in that.
You try report now allege fraud. Oh yeah, politics.
Okay.
You know better say what the report comes to it to be fair
for
everybody to see say and I'm going to
Obianya we ahunhuna ne doso munjo ahunhuna no Chief directors no Obianya boni bianya
we are very sorry. But the question is a dime 5,000 sanka for critical issues near Yabani Ababeto so near elections voters register media for kwanya ebetime fast because they say covid dey abeyi said the man penny excellence na another Kufu Ado aka no ye po afi 2020 campaign no ni nyina be media mo social media new media and traditional media ene ye be ye no nti ye ne sa ye media for no kwan ben so ne be ye said the ba benya free and fair transparent elections ye dim pedifo kukuda mo muni mabatom o mo training center for bebre over the years ye ni JJ president so e be twetwe nkomo na ye sem ni ya nti ye nko na ye hwe sa so onim se na anu ya Supreme Court cry the decision by electoral commission o mo nkofo ma dance ya e mo mutumi no ma o mo yi existing voters register card no every mu say the MN no emfa chiro din biem ye the passport ene e first say NIA ana say nipa be gina wanim ene ye de e be chiro eno ye hwe enwa asema ma maka o mbeko 11 June nti ye hwe media for no until then se court be determine say yenye say ni atro edin foforo no abato no ye be ko no say anu na wa hwe ya ensembeba in the meantime 9,000 cases
first time
next week honorable Samson beba na ya trust nti ya so beba honorable Samson deputy former deputy minister works and housing and Afia so Nanamu Ako chairman of the works and housing committee e parliament next week sa asemu ye document nya beba na ya to aso aka wa say ne mo manwume ya sisi ano ye ne honorable doctor GJ president Setrofoku openikese no wa homa no say ne no betwetwe nkomo na era afamoni anope mo achi o
Ainya honorable Brim lady.
Mpacho ohun ye de
ahun ye honorable
nyam na do ehun ye mpocho
we GJ president na wa ma me honorable ka honorable de me nuru ho sa na Mr President
honorable your own right.
Yes, I agree.
Politicians for honorable.
Agree.
Mr President they say elections na ye kono ye pe in search for your role e wo mu an wa hwe ya covid into no campaign rallies ni ade no en shada enkoso na ho so na ma media no ye very critical na no na Dr. Isa Asante political science department ka say media no na ebeye the campaign platform now traditional media any social media nti ye say ye role pa any say ebe ma abato we akọ jojo
and yet to anomonda down in fact answer na campaign baka basic restrictions yeah we're planning ahead because in there about was the ba me say nyame na duma about about until last 2 weeks yeah we share editors for Eastern region Ebri last week you call Bono region we share editors for the editors they are key they are the gatekeepers they are the shakers and movers say be reporters work out on the BB but editors na watch there them story work and them story on call the editors since why today referees on one decision cheap papa has five reaching implications internet share on no about to see if she voted register has added a new dimension NDC MPP, Ghana is virtually a two-party state, even though you're with 26 parties. But 2 parties now, they are they are evenly matched in terms of strength, in terms of vote. Until all the elections since '92, clearly contested. Now, how much is today a classical elections today classical Basa Real Madrid and now a House of Folk. Now, as I that to editors when you there, he said the match is in no tension in time tension will destabilize you. Now, on I said referees is the who would tell you that near the outcome of the match. Say referee, even though it has an edokotoko, and I the Real Madrid and I do Basa. Who would tell you that the match no only it should end peacefully. The outcome the was share one now, on that should not be your main interest. The last election, the MPP winning by more than 1 million votes. So when this year, we MPP when this year, we show. But say some power what's your source, and now be you have a role to play in this election. The outcome should not be your main goal. The main objective is to ensure that there's even playing field. And the 2 parties are equal chance to set their messages. Obviously, you are objective in whatever you do. The objectivity is the purest gem of the profession. Now, even though one objectivity, MEP, we are found wanting, but because of the hypersensitive nature of the election and the critical role, super critical role the media playing, and I get keeping instinct. Our keeping skills should be sharpened between now and December. And the to an amount, Mr. American, and they will target more journalists, more editors, more presenters, and in ensuring that hence they may have 50. They used to only have 50. Next political so also they are the pillars of democracy. Also say even saying a good referee players or reckless ourselves, we might only be a year. They saying a very good place, the political party, referee to the media for journalists. So I am waiting year. This is a match in the we all have a role to play, but when it comes to the media, ours is special.
But na doc oka media asemi se si aya ye ka se new media and a traditional media social media ni ade se ye hu se de nkrofo even traditional media no to de be a recklessness ye kasa ade bi won ma ye verify ye unim se ye kwa abato mu so a ho na ayem hyehye wo nti obi nwu ye so wawu obi mo obi o ye so wabo obi se si aya koyi social media so ye very active pa lockdown yi ba ye hu say no bia nam social media dodo no a otifie oje TV or tie radio anaso o social media nti eno so sa trick ne be de ne yetumi asom say de ba ye media ye nkoye ba bia ye mom ene ye be man tokwasi wa bato yi a say obi anye campaign obi a wo fie nti wa we na wan verify de na de to a asembebe yi.
Listen, it was a very good question to have the answer according to Sir Francis Bacon. Now, this is a very good question. Now, the social media has come to complement traditional media. Now, say it was traditional media. Today, you should keep your eye on social media. Now, social media, the rules which govern social media are different from traditional media. The social media content is socially determined. But your traditional media, editorially determined. Now, hence, editorially determined that we yes on do yes on you people do public domain. And we should invade social media, traditional media. We should invade social media and OM there. If you're all the important media houses, if you're despite on social media, a graphic or social media, we should invade them with quality items, with verifiable facts and figures. In fact, research actually there because of a survey ball that Nima would do to social media. The common zaman for quality, concrete, verifiable, discernible information, and we can provide any training that enjoined to provide to do just that. And by so doing what is right ethically wholesome, feeding social media consumers with ethically wholesome items. About the man, we jet them bola, nyama, say be toxic material for social media. We just it's easy, and then they be consuming what is wholesome. Until every media has just in social media network. If you are not there yet, this is a time. Until this is a time to sharpen our focus in that area.
Yo, Mr. President, I mean, now it's papa. Ewo akwanche odi abe bompa say ye koye anim no say ye be share that special training the amount center for ni ahwe covid be mu aye be use more social media said all the media platforms so obi a won new media pages ye be ye den ye to me skills na ye hia no ye nsa be kan say de be ye adwuma ni ye nya sa de a afi we asembe ba ye ndu be bia kwa hwe voters register manso aheba na say media no tumu nchine pe na just a confusion ene ye de ba ne ta no pe na wase e mo maba so adwuma gigi so mo ye da se papa
Nso ndo wase nyamisha opi na wutie funa
ye da se Mr. President ya oda Ghana journalist ekuo ano Central for Nkabom Ghana Journalists Association Dr. Afemoni ene na twetwe nkomo o ka se Central for ye adwuma na sabri ena ehu ehia pa na ye mra studio anum say Dr. Bonakumsi na ochade e School of Communication Studies so you be a watchere Central for bebre ad including me training ye NMC ye Central for kwan ben so na ye be ye political party reporting here but particularly about guidelines akwanchira ye gina so and Central for ye adwuma efa abato ene amanyosema na say dudu amemomu we ye mo adwuma pa doc Bonakumsi wa doc ye da say anopo ba be ke ho doc so bye ene oka Black Star doctors ye Ghana for doctors wo mo abrochire a wo nyina covid asio enso mo nyina eboa ye education de aboa Ghana for na me boss kese ba kope ye bright blue na oka GJ for penny for kese so o retirement but me say ye man nada in retirement because ye here quality information ethic journalism and na guidelines for political party broadcasting election reporting na no so odimu akotene pa o kan omo draft ye no ehun era anope ye ma wachi that's where they ma push you from retirement to disturb you between nipa mienu we home serious nim de ene wo mu nepa ba ko pe na waka Mr. Ayebo afone Professor Professor Kumado time na mo ye training man no so kan opa no oboy me ye training but doc ma me sha say feel so say Central for ye kwese say kwa won say voters register no aba be ye man so how have you seen kwan ya fa so a ye reportage fa voters register na we mpene we say obepene ansa na aba ye role o aba to ye komu
eyo meda wase media ni de say ye adwuma ebia ne say ebia ti Ghana ebia ti say voter register no kra be yantwi na media so na de best ne say de won be ka ho no enye ebi a ono media na adwene ana ni nipa no century na adwene na nokure no na won fanto ho nti no ne na ye ho chechira nti ya bahai
no bani so far o hwe se de ye adwuma ya report fa voter register manson ya be ye guso da Supreme Court ya ye adwuma se de se na fata
pa am say ne kwan so a no kwan so o ma asem de eba nye ba konfo ne ka nti no se media no be ka afan na afan nyina no de atudwa no de ato ho na amanfo a kire ya adwene ene media edwuma titire ye no de na asna mo ye no ma ya de
okay
e bo ma ba so
ayo ye da se Mr. Blue ya ye adwuma ne se de media for na o kire ye nse ye nye no sa na o hwe na ye no
the Koini Dr. Kaseno also Obohona Badu Wayadze. I'm also what pension kay Brunjus may reflect na margin down or one pa a Juma maybe you had me media Jume into Muntumun Tunchin into no I am no carder Wayadze na mom. Yabaka or there we should be on our guard. Bronyus, we should be on our guard because I feel I don't dare in as media no also papa coronavirus I'm a deny basa in whom most oboko nyame anyadom na se na ne nsuo a na ɔkyerɛ dɛ kɔpem da yɛbɔtɔ amba no nyinaa no na protocols no nyinaa fa da wɔ hɔ social distancing you know nyame pii ahena as media yɛn logistics mpo no will be overstretched nti no wɔse dɔkɔdɔkɔ na wɔse ɔwɔ hɔ a ogyina no nankoro do onyim sɛ kyena asɛm ebi a na wɔatwa ne nankoro nti no ɔhɔ kakra na wɔyɛ practice na wɔgyina no nankoro do nti ɔdɛ yɛboa yɛn ho yɛhwɛ yɛn ho yie na yɛtumi yɛyɛ adwuma no most doctor care guidelines yi a ɔwɔ hɔ yi ne nyinaa da ho wɔ hɔ na elections ntamba nti ohia dɛ yɛbɛre fresh yɛn memory ɛwɔ ɔyɛ da yɛ cover elections all the time nti no feed them time yi kɔ yi ohia dɛ internally no media houses no mpo wɔma one journalist no what start what refresh one memory what for guidelines you know one who there adi ɔyɛ nukɔ ɔnyi dɛ ɛyɛ ndam day na ɔdɛ ɛyɛ nti ne nyinaa hia ɛna ɔtɔdo ebien ɔdɛ GJ na nkyɛ wɔwɔ workshops a wɔyɛ ɔboa for refresher yi no ne nyinaa dɛ ba mɔka no coronavirus ama wayɛ eyi nso no ɛbɛka a waba hɔ yɛnye americafo wɔboa ma yɛayɛ workshops bi no CCI a nyame adom wɔse we can be up to 100 no na ɔkyerɛ dɛ yɛbɛtum ayɛ because nti no nyame yɛ adom a ahɔ na GJ fo na wɔse in about 2 weeks time no wɔbɛ start nti na ɔkyerɛ dɛ wɔbɛkɔ regions ne nyinaa Dr. Bonakum Senior resource person.
But Mr. Blewu, with the person who said, "Yen na yen elections I call Ghana unia wehu ni nyina from 92 kra go mo mo manyini." Na once I catch say center for ye kojiji sika na this time Dr. Esan Santimo research say because of COVID no campaign ni rallies enkoso. Nti ni nyina attention ni nyina beba media no say radio TV online nti how are you trusting us say be ye adwuma ni ye kakra no kra ye de maye no ye ne san a okay 2008 na media for tension na we obi ekumi ye hu da how can we trust a training no mama ye bi da o na so hwede ye
oya do kwar ina wokan no ebinum wo ho a wo ska apima so ebi de ne peswa to hosisi a obasane ko wia
okay
nti no training ni de yebeye na anabidi kankan no media houses nankasa no so ode wodo wonyato won journalist do se ye de yen we nyina hye GJ ma GJ do press center headquarters wo ho na yen penyimfo de ma president ka editors no or there we should be each other's keeper and watcher during this election period. Yako workshop, yako ye Betsna Hamerka say Dr. Bonakumson can review yen guidelines on election coverage. You know? It's not that it's a bad guideline, but the American media landscape in Wasasa, cross media, multimedia, online, based on what is happening, you know. Bosi ya kwenyim. Ohia de wo hwe guidelines no na nkafu na wo online na nyama no nyama wo de wo hwe nyina no yetum ye ka ho asam na no so wo de ba guidelines no mama care in 96 the first guidelines was under Mrs. Afia Dazi.
Okay, 1996.
It was just a leaflet.
Okay.
Nsonde akwa what also
a book
why almost a booklet because nkofu na wa ba medium no ya dosu online for her
sisi apo was bloggers na dey
na ode ye hwe na ma mad no po wa ye hunhunyi de social media are free for all journalists wo ho ahọ na wonyim bibia wo media ho wo ho bia Canada e ma me che na how can we impact on social media? We can only do that as media, traditional media, when we do a good job. Then we can influence, people who are also, and social media is a good thing. It's an important aspect of democracy. What is democracy? We want people to participate. So any tool that can make them be part of the discussion is useful.
Okay.
But we must consider there a danger no.
That brings me to the question.
A danger no. Na me say GJ president or kakakra oni there. What traditional media no. We must begin to, for instance, set up
online
social media
okay.
desk editors and monitor because of what, and it is a responsibility we owe this country. There at the same time I have participate in information flow no. I have professionals no. Yes, you there. Asemi go free water to adi or you no You report a bit also young friend there was takrada and I asema we singing. Ebe for reporter there editor name Hundamadi go and verify in terminal the one from the traditional media would tone down whatever dangers that this is what is the actual situation.
Okay. Dog, Monaco see media for neberman to kwesi ana. And I would social media neberma war esi ogana. Yenka se bibia ma de basa ye. Ti se kakre ye course wo ayawa so wo so goni. No cry obi say a litmus test. Was say chere say bibi betimi esi. Na media social media any eberman to kwa ba na.
Afia menye ni sento kwa bia bisi. Entokwa bia nsi
ebetumi esi ana
entiminsi
ayawa so kakresi odok
enesa anya
ntokwa anya ntokwa ba yebobo aso
ni tim ho ase ne baye na se no handle no be se ntokwa pa se Ghana de titi ade anya ntokwa sem de am se Ghana de ya enene di kan se enene twem kura na election na a friend election democracy no ina kan se kan bi ma men kan bi can be mammy can be ninety no. Ebia wa adwenkyerɛ ene na ya na ma mentim ho ase bam no na yes ebia wentwentwi de nya ntokwa democracy bia kasa wom mentim ho ase wom ena ye na ne agya to ho so se mfie enan bia no wo ma edi eso wo ma ehyemre ma ye ne citizens no o mama no ye na ebe yomasi ho no mfie na bia nso no ibebu omu akonta na so me ye ni yi a aka je mo sanko so ye ni yi a yomasi nche ye foforo aba nti no aye bibia ebia komada ho nti na man ho se bia aye sentoka na nyentoka ye wantwi ene de oba bia man bia no ho no ye nko a nti no entoka pa de bi ensi da
na social media tension I am shishia ne ade kakra ye beba no so far do kakra ye hu wo kromu a asem kitu bi si accident kra ne ade abeto funu kra ni si ade beto ne ade abeto ne ade amaze say ye ne kra ye si ye traditional media ye di ekire ko so an ko report a obi dia to Facebook dada o dia to YouTube dada ti enya say ye nyina so ye de ho agima ye bie ti na mbusa say ye ko into elections ma attention ni nyina beba bedu ye first social media so no you even suehunu nimde no a ye de be handle sa de na na ye betimi aye
social media ne de say wo aba complement ana say ababoa traditional media no nti ne ene de wi fi ho anye ye na nso social media na nso no nye ni pepi na o mechesi ade ebia agya tumi say social media na nti say traditional media ono ansa na ode aseba betugya no na ebia obisa social media de unim de bi efi nti nkofo fi curiosity na ma bet social media ni de minhu ba bia social media de sensema abeha mana abebe pi wo ho kan say bia person hu de ekoso na hu yesi mfanya asem nti ani de social media ni de wo ho to the send say wo ho no bibia edin bia no bia baka se man ko tie radio ana manko TV nti no social media dey intimi replace
traditional media intimi replace
Debbie
oh I see
intimi replace that enya possible
okay Mr. Blewu e replace here because they say we ni buy lockdown ne buy cra data telco state buy cra dia dance say dudu no awo friend saying social media so compared to traditional media
na my doctor kanu nta senye there ma meeting can social media do or free for all journalists who hunters who engineers who into ya the papa say yan kanu kora election by election our ye so social media nyu ha anti hu pictures ni na into boa na say ya asamosi wo America ya ebi ni non ni ko si bi no ko hu wa ka be social media until your pictures no to the extent
any video no
the video no it's social media or the papa but because I think na yo but when it comes to that Dr. Bonakum Serikano so bano professionals qualitative comprehensive coverage nada anu ye I think na ejuma until you come across people so what are the social media today obakado I could say Peace FM and Joy and Aberdeen also work.
Okay.
So we in traditional media have now become a point of reference if you want to assess the quality of information going around. So they cannot replace that.
Okay.
And it's a good thing, like I say, is that we have social media. That is what democracy is all about. We are all participating. But the professionals who must ensure that the quality of information is what we deserve, so people can make informed and intelligent choices.
Now say Uncle Bright says anet here there and na traditional media and radio, TV, newspaper. Kwanya ye fast way adwuma already cry say ti Ghana ebi gina ha NDC MPP
kakra maka na me mfanti dog but dog dey say one him don suffer Anthony. You know, he's always, there, but we don't have to be complacent. That's the word. That order, instead of there, on here, the traditional media, but one monitor social media. No one who there say, BB, what to honors on your papa. I want more verify what I do on your dumb naughty. So, let's not be complacent from some of the things that have happened because you cannot predict.
Yeah.
You cannot predict. No crossing you there. Minjin the Ghana for your pia basa basa. Yeah, nimpa say American or
Ghana
nimpa enyim tama Côte d'Ivoire say ntokwesi ho Gbagbo no ni answer na Gbagbo.
Yes.
Yeah. Me wadi bi Pokua International Court. Intino let's not be complacent. Intina mo kede.
Intina me busa say traditional media so far who say ya adwuma ye but bebre so feel say ya adwuma no so ani.
Adwuma no do aye but there's a lot we have to do, and like I said from the beginning, this election would require a lot from traditional media.
2020 elections.
2020 elections, you know. The mama social distancing, young logistics will be overstretched. Now, on here, there you have to find journalists all over the country.
Is that not the more reason why I want to hear? Because of resources, only people ya uncle polling station to one of your Facebook. Obi the way to and to quite obi asun unverified. No, so they are tuning radio, so are not they are tuning TV, so TV.
But until the market there, we must think ahead. Sebekaya, DJ President, under the auspices of Media Commission, His Excellency the President, there, or there was a media so. The election should be at the center of this, so that the media can be provided all the logistics to be able to cover the whole country. Just as we came in, Dr. Bodakum Sinzin Komo. Amala, when I was at GNA, the first time I traveled to was to go and cover an election. I had to go and beef up the strength of the War Office of GNA. Because you see, if you cover an election and it looks as if it's only the urban areas or the South that is having the journalists cover it well, one, you alienate those outside.
Yeah.
Number two, there's always an avenue for confusion because they know that there are no journalists around. People no one people on here, and so they do that to social media. Okay, then this is what is on social media. Is it true? There's no journalists around there to go and verify. It's the challenges are obvious, and we shouldn't joke with it. So I would rather say let's not be complacent. Okay. Yes, we are people who, we don't like violence, but we are human beings. You never can tell. So in that regard, let's prepare.
Okay.
One more media now, all the logistics, guidelines, workshops here, they mean America for a bois. So what you skaka from ministry and na BBC kakra or internally you want Peace FM or you want print more of the guidelines what happens from offices just to refresh our memory. There are so many reporters who will be covering this election and it might be the first time they are covering because
elections
it's a long time.
It's a long time baby we school
near there retirement my body Muko
Enti eno na mebusa say skills be Dr. Bonakum say see ya na me na mebusa Uncle Bright say media for no ya colored ya kan na me ankra me ma defense says oko America Fox obi eni mo baby o mugina omo ye Republicans CNN omo ye tilted to Democrats enti ewo ho ba ye de ni say see ya Ghana hanum say ye elections ya ye nyina wo say for ye de ye nyini wo yanim eti say America for ne ade ye kɔ abato mu a ye de ye be den ye tumi aye ne se de ese na efata a che se ye nkofa asembia ambassador media for you say ana say ye say dog
media no se na mo kan na no kro
ye say bi akɔgi sika ne ade ne ayi nti ye be den ne aye adwuma se de Uncle Bright kan say ye nye no krom ye nye ne se de fata se de se me was say Ghana ha kra ye say ebi wo NDC ebi wo in fact your radio stations are obi enim so omo NDC your radio stations obi enim so omo MPP nti ye be da ye adwuma no se de se na fata ya reporting se de etene
ene de enya de a ye hu bibi be ye se de adunity can be ma men kabi
okay
nti no as many voices as possible no ebeba democracy ade ba ko a ede hanso ho no ede because unya American wajene na but BBC sana enyonkwa na wajene o enyonkwa na wo media o nti no odi bibi kra ba tudwa ebi nso betima be chena adwene se o de wo kan ebi an no kra social media a odi ka kan ye platform na simpo no ebi betimi kra ba chena adwene se o sanfo yin a ebi da ba te se wi asi no ebi asanfo yin de twan bi a be mfie be edu ho na na o ma correct ho nti there some checks and balances traditional media any media a o se bi a o ma kwa afa bi akoya afa no me ne ade no ene de uye ho hwe nyeye na no so eboa ebi a wo no ekwan se o kire de ope so na to the extent the same an yo no kwa na obeka na ebi nya adaje ana mre ne nka bi no ene na eya na ene de wo kan no ka bi nti no ye na ye tie no ene de adwen to say ah de we kan na de we kan if say bi a we ni de na abawo we ni de na bi a wa chechire mu yie nti na ene de en hardware media for ni bi be ko we afa na mo de
ene but no so na ma a report na ye danger say wo we afa ene na asem no nka no kore say de sese o ka no ana won cross check ana wonye balance wonye fair mo na mo che sa brofo we o nti wonye ne sa wonim say o ka ma wo party nti no enani o kai say maybe elections 2008 or yeah ne say o media bi na de koto ye kunkum nipa ene ye de nipa na gugu ahanum say ne ade na o de akoto obi so say na ye burunkofo ha na o de akoto enso anya no kro eno na me busa no ye calorie no enko fa nsem ba
ye colour ne de na me ka say traditional media de ye ho ne say institution adwuma panini wom ibi ne tua oka ho hihye wo ho nti say social media uni be o yempo traditional media de uti ho UTV say mo ha mo administration mo mra mo ye bibia na ni nti ne guidelines ho no ma mo adwon mo mra no eboa mo se ebi kura asem na adebato UTV na se nye no kura opan be fra culture say Afia ade ya mo de be na fi hifa
yeah
o chan wonye bio nti no checks and balances no ho no sam na de ya ni esusu ho ne se journalist you kasa we journalist ana se ebi a we semtrenia na elections se ba enuama miensa ane yesere wo journalist ho edikan se abana ebeto no ebia be ye obenya ho kwan so bokto na by free elections anu hia kire se election se mfre na aso ye ne a yerimu si ho no ye ne ewo epe ye ne ewo power no se ye be sa de makobio nti selection na anye free na nipa electorate no antimi anche na dwena be de na ne pe no pese o ye no obetima asase the free election ni here na media ye de ba konsin say fair election is say nsem na betudwa no ne krowom reliable ubisa afa ubisa mu yi ansa na da betudwa so hu eno ji here no na the last one credible elections credible election ni say about to the no answer betu results na beba na result na ba no ebia ja to me say sa na say kwa na say ye nti no ye ne the media no the any here no sa na mention free fair and credible nti ane the institution bia especially traditional media na wo no ebia ane the ye ni wo ho pa eno no ho kire ya de bia bo ho dewuro ya
okay yo we bo made ase e be kwa man so na political science department ono so ye Sanchonia Dr. Sasante na waye Sanchoni duma na ansa na okochira de political science department na o ka se ya hwe ni yi a media no beti media asema ba about 2020 because o ka se enhwemu aba because of COVID-19 no rally campaign even say COVID no kra nei ye nya ho vaccine kra bi duru Ghana kra bi na e be September October na kra bi afi kra emma enti rally kakraka ye koy odododio yakọ no Okumase Prempe Assembly Hall ene ade nyina emma bio so emma bio a on be use radio jingles ye be use commercials ye be use advert TV so kaya pese ku for time advert ba ko ye Jacob Echebedam temu no ye very effective advert ye den kra na omo ye advert no Professor Mills osan ye be future leaders mama no kan ne omutumi tu na de bi enye de yesisem yenye de yesisem fantastic advert na omo ye media ye na propagate president kufo ase hoyi eche enyom musicians ni ade ba mu ka dad lumba monyom na do ye wino na mahama ba no ma GM 3 ide bi keke ne John 3:16 intini nyina ye media space so ene ye yusu sa ne ma ni nyina na eno na ama ya ba be pia na ma yebusa se ene ya ye totoka ye de ama media fo atodan ye de ama media fo uhu we ya enkasa kwanu tum media ni waye no ho NDC media ni waye no ho MPP ebi tumi ba mo mbe endorsement me de me president ni media toma we eno na ye ko into 2020 ya start ye bi kra dada o voters register ni media people mu to make media me support Uncle Bright eye ne kwan so se ye be yesa ye be yi enim media me support media say me eno na me kan ye ko into May elections
and Dr. Bonakumse we din kan wa kanu nyame enyim ahona won ye won ejuma akwando a guidelines worker the your integrity should be you should unbiased credible information. That's the rule. But we also cannot deny the fact that there are stations in the papers are ahono why one thing there ahanamu and ahanamu ehuma mechana na more you feel that yenyim baby ahon gina I mean the no kwenyi stations be in the papers be wa minyim baby awo gina man can 1 year, but man can because man penny them. And you know, I am Ghana for no, or that now so you 2 years in your to form. You who baby are there, okay, Fox. So Fox can be about Republicans are. You have to listen to it and take it with a pinch of salt. You need to be more critical. The man at CNN, so when they say things about the Democrats, you have to look at it much more critically. And you know, it's a problem, but the majority do on ahono ojina you know pede wo ye won adwuma. It's other ya bo hwan. And the meeting can no there. Other here now we must police each other. UTV. You know your journalists. You must watch each other. I don't want to one for. Hey, I hear no your pede ye adwuma day. So you no pebi ampona say work conference. Make sure that you remind journalists of that responsibility. In the America guidelines, you know, it should be published and pasted in
everywhere.
The various newsrooms. I would recommend that to
Despite media.
Despite media. That if they can, you know, so that even the public must know.
Even public,
yes, yes, the public must know that these are the guidelines. Actually, the code of ethics. It's a public document. Even though it's a code of ethics, so some people can say, hey, what you're doing is not right because your code of ethics denounces that. It's the same thing we should do to the elections as well. Then we can make progress. There my doc can ejuma no why be but ejuma so da ho wenyi ma wo there
so doc bobo the key things also we should be fair, we should be credible. Yes. These are the things. What will be what was it?
I mean,
media for
you know, you must always tell the truth.
Okay, truth.
Regardless of the consequences. But you must do it and ensure that beyond that, if there are any hidden this thing, you investigate as media and as journalists. And then you must also ensure that you present the facts.
Present the facts, okay.
You see, you want to help people to make informed choices, intelligent. So that's your role. Without media, except for democracy is useless. We are so fundamental and important in this whole process. And at the center of all this, we must seek for peace. I must be able to look at an issue as a journalist, tell the truth without compromise. But that is not to say that because I told the truth and this man is right, if he wants to inflict violence, you will encourage it.
Okay.
No, you should also be the first to place peace building at the center of telling the truth, investigating, telling the facts, the background. You must situate things in context. Because at the end of the day, what will you cover as a journalist if there's distraction?
Okay.
You must always have that at the back of your mind, but that doesn't mean you should cover up anything.
Okay. Dr. Bonankum si there Uncle Brian Blewu kan yen ka no kre facts. And journalists are Ghana media no yetumi ka facts ene no kre. Oma we mu yo maya ebi mu adwen ye o mo say o ka no kre pe na ye bedi watem. Even penifo akase ti say doc mo kra no ye frɛ mo say mumra media kra na mo mekasa mo beche bibi mo say misro social media nkora nkitinkiti okuta 1 CD date obedi matem ti me mekasa nti ade no kwa ho
occupational hazard. That's why you chose to be a journalist.
Well, but say baby Johnny
regardless.
Nti no kra no do we even have no kra? Say your NDC no kra, and your MPP no kra, and I no kra nkasa ho. I no can say job beti me ho.
Yeah, won no kra pa ho no me na media na adwuma no say obeye fifi mu na ade no kra no ato edi. Na adwuma no se kire say utimi kire wadwene. Nti no adwenkyerɛ yɛ different say bi a asemasi na say ne esi ye ene de wo yɛ ho hwe accident da si na wo na report na so me NDC journalist na me wonsi me NPP journalist me CPP journalist asem ko na asem mutimo twero na mo se mo kyerɛ ma adwene a ene wa betima kyerɛ wa adwenkyerɛ de say bi atimi ka de opɛ na ene kyerɛ say bi a de o kan no ene na de bi a me ka say nye de obɛka no ene kyerɛ say eno ano no kabi mam kabi no eboa me je say wo kan na na bi sa be che na adwe na bi abecha wo de hwe sa voters register ya abeda ho no mi so am kan enkodu Supreme Court Supreme Court say you see me for acho na so be na ujuna so say bi a me ye ni say no be kam ye ntie obasa kwa akotren na jeno mo sa kire mo adwene nti no we can still eventually no nukra baba be dead nukra de ba popo
nukra ni fi hin na ba be dead when say papers bi ayi wo say NDC paper nti we kra court to see EC nkofa ayi evidence mra no bi NDC for we or the NPP papers oh EC try aka che NDC for so nkofa say na nukra pa ye be ka che nkofa say oh we preliminary ayi keke e na court waka afa na court no be di asem na nkasa nde ye nka o
na journalist wa na dwuma yi hu sa asem
eno na make a doc nti hu bebre say journalist ye dwuma nso ani enko yie ya ye hu NDC MPP nti entumi nseche ya no enka nti kakra no eka no kre no omaye almost endangered species nti bebre jai say yebra ayi Uncle Bright o retirement onye adwuma bio okọ omo nwie adwuma kra manase eje adwuma okọ nti kakra no okọ na obia no NDC ne MPP journalist ana doc mbusa no uhu eno ana
enye se obeyu anu pa se bia me se me NPP ana ene de ene enye journalism na enche se obeyu anu se me se emom ebia odom party nanso se wo ba twa de ato ne bia be hu se oh we afa ne de na wo journalist papa na no kre de ba akompe journalist bia ni ho no a obeye sa de no ntino ene de
bado ko hu bigana ha
uhu ne na Uncle Brad kan so uhu on fa nya hwe o mu ni fakro no so ene ya dwan ne se ne tie no wan ye ni yi a amanfo uhu ye nka hwe nkyiro ye bu ani on bu ani kire bia ba o mu se we dey say ni be we gina we dey say ni be gina ya say we wie ntina ene de eno si de ema adwan no enyaida wo a baba be ye adwan na untimi anye ni yi no ebia be hum na institution nso a wo ye adwuma no ena na brate ka no say institution nso ai insha wo mo se ebia wo ye adwuma no nso ye nhyehye ma no sansi na GJ nso wo ho no ma nso GJ nso ye nhyehye ma GJ betima ka say wo onye mama bio name and shame edwuma beto no ene ye fa ye adwuma bio ase adwuma
okay and me kai last time I tell no bi
adverts the NMC has a whole guideline on how adverts should be
political adverts.
Yes, political adverts is there. So what it means now is that the various media houses have to go look for it. I think they distributed them because you don't have to.
Because media houses baby, I want to say advert nko yenye bi. A announcement obi anya nti enye advert. Wedding advert enya wedding because of COVID nti enye. Nti I want to say na this kind of because of people. But say emma o. Nti emma no na obi the political party advert brain ya. No am 1 billion say embo NDC and embo MPP. I want you check guidelines.
Can only share them in advert no but there are guidelines there. Advert ya ye nyama oshisemo no on your papa. It's also part of the education that we are building our democracy. Obakedo me pede me dey shame na aruba shewo me so eyo ya aruba e kanide mo ma anchoye. Into other ya bo kakra. It's this thing, development in progress.
Uncle yenye them.
Yeah, them no other yeah. You don't give people the impression that what are the be ya nyame bia o mi bia ya papa. No, if you play back and you realize that this violates the principles of, you must be able to say, look, do it this way, or it's like some of the handouts that they give to journalists. Conduit journalism, they do virtually the story and give it to you, and you don't look through. And sometimes they are very dangerous.
Now so I could publish it.
I could publish. No. So I am saying that, as journalists, and media, we must be courageous to tell people that this can't go because of ABC. Not just it cannot go. No, that too. You must be able to tell the person why it cannot go and that it can go this way. By that, we are making things better. So I am not saying, what about Oh yeah, no. That shouldn't be the case.
Mr. Blew, and also be a ding, pa, because I'm more the reality of the situation. Say, media houses are organ say yenisika, yenisika. That asema dog bonakum sika ya ba oh enumeram also can be enumeram or more some of the guidelines enumeram for be politicians. Dog we are aware.
Oh yeah, politicians.
Media houses baby omuram politicians. Into politician agenda. I say media me MPP. Into station he nyina mokasa ma MPP. Media me NDC station he nyina mokasa ma NDC. And na reporters me cause omu ni sika mbeka akodi. Into advert ne ba na ye NDC advert. Na say station ni MPP station. Cause we dey mbo ana ebebo ni say. Advert ba na inti sa we na woka no say yen check no
Afia me na onya adwene ho kire say station the journalist no o profession and how to call your job baby o me fan say doctor ye train o na utim ko your hospital bia na ko your job bia Snake Hospital anate Koku Hospital anate Legon Hospital Legon intimi kan je say o doctor no say na so you ojo intimi kan kire so o tra ho ma adwuma wura ne ehye mrama a unim say o profession no ene ne boy bra na o so o ye man bibia akwacho o ye journalist there's a extent adwuma wura bitima ka say yesi man yesi ene o honom ene ye mra ntino so for constitution ya chapter 12 a protected journalist say ebia ntimi kan che journalist ye odwuma say ni say chapter we read constitution na article 162 34 ko he ehye ho pefe eyemra ntino de wo kano mo an bia mo jam ho se minka se wo se wo journalist wo ma kwan a adwuma wura bituma tisi wo no wa no ama ho kwan ontimi hye omra ontimi hye so ena mra na so kire se wo ye journalist na se wo kan asema ye nokure na ebi ko ho chia on so timi do court eno se wo ho mra wo ho no nti ne Ghana na ye nimra so na se bia o jamenka o nya hwe no ni ade be mra de wo ho no adwuma bi en ho mra ni ho no ma nti na ne de mra wo ho
ma me ko messages na mo de aba ni bi so na ye nto ensem no so media for ye role ana adwuma ye be ye se de ba e betimi abo ama Afia bato no etumi free and fair and transparent elections na ye bobo eso a ye ne Dr. Abonakomsi School of Communication Studies na no cha de na ye Bright Blue a mfie bebre wo de ensetroni asset training ensetro for bebre omukra na draft guidelines for political party broadcasting teacher election reporting na chere ni nyina ho ade ye ne Dr. Sansante so be twetwe nkomo political science department University of Ghana Legon na area said ensem ne tie say ensem no wa wuti ufie make say wuti fie na awem yo indi meka bibi na ye ntra ho na we na kwako acte meka bibi na bia me ma ubuofu asem na nye saa ba ma ha mani na maka me di bia Afia wo na maka na say eh ne me kwachi MPP ni me kwachi NDC ni makobo no Central for Creator bia nkofo de ye if you kan say wo TV so wanti de okan ye o no obi akwakoche ene okan de me ko dinatem no so ko dinatem ene akwacha me de ade kwako bonitim no maba UTV ha ye de ade bebo omuchim eno ne ye hwe wan se kwan ben so na ye kwa battle so battle is serious aya waso we so gon de kakrekra no ye hu de ekoso na esinam message o se Afia o second part of the program and pay critical issues I'm loving it utum se mpanifa kase ade o mabe wo me mature do mani da form o munim de to mo nkasa te se wo mo ato de bi o mo ba na de sa no o mo eye no blessed son lo so kokore to me o se Afia na me hwe o panel se fat se twofo adwuma no ye key pa ye ni a e be che sa Afia bato no be ko jojo ne ye chia no pe na ti sentokwa ene ekokofa aba na abe na ya bole o se Afia me hwemu ewo TV so akasa no ma se Afia long overdue se ye be ye na emra be ye adwuma na me de me sre ema no e wo Ghana ha no wo mso fo ma no memu bi na ye cancel to fo adwuma ne ade ma ye adwuma ebe o mani ma ebe bo ma ye representative enough Jones bewu no se me hwemu na Amos Kevin ana no se vim won ho se sika sem ne ade nti na ede nkofo bebe ko amu ne ma amu kanyina binum sika nti o o be hwe no kore na yera blai bewu e kan wa se no kore ni onka akwaje coins kakra no achia no no de akwa kan na akwa kofa asemaba Carry Young enso so ohwe ya da sister Carry Young so so o money say love Abubakar Karim no sevim me hwa mo Valencia na Rainbow Kaswa no se Ghana de ehia asomdwe na asomdwe ni beba ejina Central Force so nti se efia I like topic ene wakofa de aba na Moses Moss Madiva Jakpa or see if ya when we are patriotic ye do mine no a ye nye bibi sense for say wo ye ma wo kwa didi amo aminti o ka nsem e bechia wo do mine no a enye ndisi nye mpipi do mine ene betumi aboa owusu bo ahene wo see vim lady full payment ye de ma contractors no kra no say de bombe wi o madwuma ko mu wi enti first partner ye no ka che samse ahi ene nkrofo no pacho ye beto asa ayi contract discussion also next week. Sister Love Emmanuel no say Fia good morning. Me hwe mo live pa na good questions and na wode ma empanifo no and na Rose Mensa no say vem Yakopo sha no pa no we na chese set for key role e wo so mo play e wo men nya say wo te de ase abra wo yeso choni o wo te ya na okoka e to de bia Ghana ade ba ko obi kan na no say media no ye mirror society no nti set of nya e chese yen oman no enye yeti a ye kan asem we big issue bebre ko mo hwe no social media no open konkonsa ne aba ne edi atan na ndisi mebo na bitu omu nyina ba bewe omu nyina be na 1000 ayan na omu hwe ye ba ya ye nkontokwa na ye nye basabasa no omu mpekra nti ye mu se ho as Ghana for se den ye pe ansa na waban se for so omu ye omadwuma anasa omu nye omadwuma ye ko Dr. Sasante e wa manso na ye se ne doc be kasa o zoom Dr. Sasante ya no pe mo chi o
Yawura.
Pastor say ho ye de.
Nuye.
Doc de ye wo de no ho ne say why ense adwuma mfie bebre ansa na kwachara de political science department yi. Ye be ko abato kese ye da ye nim no. De na setofo was esese ye dibre e wo saa kebma meke be amemu a ye de ko abato nure say.
You were full das ma minchi amempanimfo e wo ho Mr. Blewu and Dr. Bonakum say, "Me won ache, and men won many a day, minimum say, Rade come on home, and what they want you. Men won ache pa. Now, if we miss what someone so, sir, what share about to a year? It's an so yaria best thing in Kumaya Tese, make a COVID-19. And nunti ama campaign, where some aye be before. And then say campaign in baby Gina, the Ubonu Maso. Aye. Ni offering traditional media and in ne abel for the na aban social media and in yakekam na nunti na kire se asudi kese wo homa eyensa nkirefo adwuma won ne be dis asemu mu akoten papa se wo pese wo ye party anase ankorankora bia na wo pese wo bo campaign ho dewura wo hia se wo de bakwa kodom nsam kire adwuma enunti omenyin samchiro fo no enyentum mfanya adwuma se wo wase de kese pa wo wasudi nso ene den etese wo ye na yenya free and fair election na free and fair election bi bebre ne aka aya na nkrofo tie no ketua bi aya de kese pa na ne ewo mu no se nsamchiro adwuma no edi akoten wom se mo bobo de Europa mo be kansa mpa na kire yen na mo mehu party bia ne ankorakora bia nyuma wo pese wo ye ne wo de agu apon so ya wo pese hu na no na etese wo boya na wo betuma ya saade na en hona Dr. Bonakumsen ene Ura Blewu won wiase ya wo be eduma won aye pa memehu se me ya abofra me na mo ase a wonan ase ya na mesua de nya mehu no se won aye pa na se ethics eye niama okwan pa ye de ye nsamjuro adwuma yi won abeng wo ho pa won a kire ni jedi se enye nne no woka sa asemu yi braso se obia wo won sanjira adwuma no se wunni mu akope bi na kan se wonte ya kona kohwehwe na bible kra kire se wo hwehwe a wo behu na yensua ne yemfa anya adwuma mumma yenyije niema bi a emfata ehu hia so wo behu na obi de asampa bi reba betugwa na wo behu na journalist na no ne nije hu ana se enti oye no sabe oya wana oka de nkire wana enu hu hia niema esogyagu omen mu ha yenhwa ne yentwa so se yere ko sa abatu wi mu campaign hu hia se na medi kankan enu nti so bi ba na asem oba be kan enye policy enye nhyehyei enye nsampa bi a ebebu omen ya journalist ntie na asem o tom na na mahwe wahu ɔmɛn sɛ wopɛ ne yie a wonsɛn no ansa na wake sɛ woreyɛ dabi obiara wopɛ sɛ woyɛ ɔmɛn woyɛ ne yie na wonsɛn no ɛno nti yɛnhwɛ dawurubɔ no yie kasa wɔn ahwehwɛ tumi bɛka ɛsɛe ade meka hate speech kasa ɛtete wɔ abusuakuo mu na ɔsɛ oyi fia oyi kwaha oyi deɛ ɔyɛ sɛ ɔnyɛ nipa saa kasa yɛnyigye so afei yɛmfa yɛn medium no yɛmfa ma nipa a wɔn kasa bɛyɛ ɔmɛn yie wɔn kasa bɛtɔ asom wɔn kasa rensɛe ade saa nneɛma no na ɛte sɛ yɛkɔ hɔ na wohwɛ sɛnea sɛsɛ nneɛma no kɔ a ɛbɛma sɛ berɛ aso sɛ afei nneɛma bi wɔ ha a ɛbɛba abɔnten wohwɛ dawurubɔ no bi afei yɛba bɛhu no bebree ni gyina ɛsiane sɛ worennya face to face campaign nti woba bɛhia sɛ ɛbere ba bɛba sɛ afei de wohia biribi te sɛ slogans nsɛm bi a wɔbɔ no tɔw na wode abɛto abɔnten a ɛmu piw na kyerɛ asɛmpa na kyerɛ w'asɛm na ɛka nsɛm no nyinaa wohia gestures sɛ wode wo nsa anaasɛ wode wo honam baabi ɛka asɛm kyerɛ bi na ɔte n'aso pa mu na wɔde yɛ adwuma saa berɛ aso sɛ nsɛnkyerɛmu adwuma no wɔne partyfo ɛyɛ aso na wodwen saa nneɛma ho na afei wɔboa ɔmɛn na ɔmɛn fa ne ntama pɛfura bɛde yɛyɛ saa nneɛma no nyinaa no nso na nsɛnkyerɛ adwuma no nso kɔ so bɔ nkae daa ne daa sɛ ɔyɛre da so wɔ hɔ na nkɔɔyɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ campaign a hwɛ sɛ wobɛyɛ sɛɛsɛɛsɛɛ wopɛ sɛ wokɔkyerɛ odin a wobɛyɛ sɛɛsɛɛ nea wɔbɔ yɛn dawuru na dawuru no wɔbɔ ma yɛn no wɔbɔ ma yɛn wɔyare no ho na afei yɛhwɛ nsɛnkyerɛ adwuma no nso sɛ na kɔfa kakra na mede mam na ɛdi kan
na mpacho woka sɛ mɛyɛ nyɛ hate speech asɛm bi a de yawo ne ayiba so far dog who ne sɛn kakra kra yɛyɛ voters register ya aba bɛyɛ akyinyegie wɔ afanu we si yɛ mpene me yɛ foforo we si yɛ bɛpene ama yɛ foforo yi wɔn sɛ nsɛtɔfo yɛ asosɔ ensɛm a de takra wɔ gem ɛbɛba na ɔsɛ sɛ me ma kra kakra no me hu sɛ wanyɛ no anyɛ de nti obia nso sɛ nsɛtɔfo no yɛ pɛdeɛ no so ɛbɛma ayɛmhyehyɛ kakra ba na ayɛ de nti yɛ frɛ kra panel no ne afrɛ so o asomasi de we ɔbɛma yɛ fire we de o we ɔba bɛka no bo so asɛm we de otumi bie japa tie mfa ne mra ɛhɔ no dɔk go wanyɛ ne sanso dɔk de okay ɔmo hwɛ yɛ no ɔmo tie no ɔmo tie o yɛ kɔfrɛ mo ne Dr. Bonakum sinom ne ade ba mo bɛka no bɔkɔ nya mo de mo mpɛ mo ho asɛm mo ka na asomdwe ɔmo mpa asomdwe no de bia yɛ program yɛ ne sɛ bia enko enye de ɔmo pɛ de ɔmo bɛko sayo nipa bɛ hyialo nti na je sɛ akɔkɔfa o samije fi bɛba samije fi ba na bi bɛba ɔmo bɔ mo de bɛbɔ ani wahwe ekuro bi ebufuo bi obi bɛto ne sabo bi asom na je sɛ no de na ɛkɔ esoro
afuye nea woka ɛyɛ de wo mu ne sɛ braso ɛnenne fi ne kɔ sɛ saa bere ne twam kura ne yɛ fi ase sɛ obi ɔde saa kasa sɛbe ɛnyɛ de kasa sɛbe funu kasa ɛsɛyade kasa ɛtetew nipa mu kasa ɛnka asɛmpa bia nkyerɛ yɛn journalism muntie no tom na ɛma hwee woka asɛm kyerɛ me na wopɛ sɛ wo so ɔmɛn a adan na sɛ metie wo kasa yew yɛnhwɛ saa de no wɔn mmɔden sɛ obi a wokasa to asom no ɛna wokasa wi a yɛde to abɔnten na mmom wokasa no sɛ wore yɛ na wasogya to ɔmɛn mu woyɛ na ntɔkwa wasi woba bɛyɛ wo bi daabi hwɛ yɛnka sɛ yɛnka ehu sɛ nsɛmkyerɛ adwuma no wɔde mmara na ɛyɛ wontumi nsɔrɔ nka kasa bi akɛkɛ na ɛsiane sɛ woka obi amua wo nti na wogye de sɛ wobɛka daa daabi moma yɛ nyigye so sɛ yɛn anyigye so a ɛremma hwee wode ahwɛ wotie BBC a wobɛhu sɛ wɔ report wiase baabi wodu baabi obi ya obi na hone asɛm ɔrenkɔ yaw no nkyerɛ o sɛ he made a derogatory speech wawie ɔnkyerɛ wo saa derogatory speech no kasa na ɔkan ne nneɛma no ɔrenkyerɛkyerɛ mu saa ɔkwan no na ɛte sɛ yɛde yɛfa so menyɛ ne sɛ madu bere a me na mekyerɛ journalist nea wɔnyɛ na mmom yɛn tetewe ne nyinaa no wɔn akyerɛ yɛn nea ɛte sɛ yɛyɛ da bia na meka sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛbɛyɛ ɔmen yɛ a yɛbɛyɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛnyɛ a yɛrenyɛ ɛyɛ asɛm tietie a mmara no wɔ hɔ wɔfrɛ no dɛn wɔde yɛ mmerɛ wɔfrɛ no dɛn nsɛmkyerɛ adwuma yi na sɛ wopɛ sɛ wobu so a ɛna wobɛbu so na yɛn a yɛyɛ sɛ adwuma yi yɛn na sɛ wɔbɛba yɛn hɔ mesrɛ yɛmfa yɛn nan si fam obi ka biribi wɔ hɔ a sɛ dabi saa ka sɛ wɔmfa nyɛ ɔman berɛ so sɛ yɛtie policies programs wobɛhu no obi aba na wabɛhyɛ bɔ bi a ɔrentumi nyɛ ɛrema so koraa berɛ so yɛte sɛ yɛbisabisa ne nsɛm saa nsɛm na hu hia na yɛde to abɔnten na yɛma nnipa kyerɛ wɔn adwene wɔn ho ɛno no wɔde yɛ ɔman na mmom also ye di oyi baba no idio baba be ya obi de obaba be soja awia afua mu me enyi je sa nkrofo no so o wa ya de saifo
but dog assassin me question na me busa ne say ya anya ne sa so nkrofo ntie na adwuma no ayeye no si ye ya ma omanfo na mukura na mo che say media bia mirror society na owo mu na che say media no e ti sa rehwe se ba bi owo no oma owo mu society ne nya ono so nye society ne ya ono so ye nti we ya ye be kan asem a ye papa ti say nei won nkyereke adok de ma yeyin bebere kro mu jom o jai o keka de ope o mo mpe na mo ye be frankofo anu o ma ba no aka wo de uti nye papa wo do wo so wadwene nye correct no o ma ba no o mo kan se nka dog ka we ya o sha se o ka se ke nya be 1 million k so ho na ye ko nti yeso de nkofo pe ene ye ya ma mu ti afa wo ka se me enye de nkofo pe ma mo ana etiefo ne ahwefo me enye de o mo pe ma o mo ana
Afia ne wo ga de ma mi misa wo se so nkrofo pe se ye twe otuo ne ma ne ye soro na monten ta nkrofo ne no na mo pa mo be ye so mo be ye sa dan Afia asopa entia sam entia etia sam tam aso ye papa no ye nkoso mode wurupa ne o waso betie ne oni aso no so oni pa ko no so sazi ato no pa hwi sa wo ti ase obi ani wa opese obeti asem ebe se o mengi ebi eni nti so obi o so mpe no jai so oni pa ko obi opese ode na so be ye ne men was anse mu hu on pese obeti asempa no ye nkoso nka asempa so wo kan sa de na je se bible kura mbo won a wo ye bible ncheche me se ni bebu kura wo kira bible o se merente merente ase arada nenso asofo da so kan asempa nara mon koso nka asempa obi obeti atwa na echi obi obeti tie no na ko nanim nia ne nanko komu ye mera ye nhye ne den no nko nanim omo won kire nsam na se won kire ye nsam a wode ba won adwene adi wo omenyi hawo omenyi wo hawo bebre wo hwe sukuu sam wo hwe akwan atempon ene niema mebum abrabo ne ho niema mpanimfo obu aye mu mpanim wo men ha adwuma aye mpe ne ho niema nyuma eni ho eyi nsam a ameno menyi na megedi se ebere a yede kwem ye bra ye pese party fo anankora wo pese yede tumi ma won wo ba no wo beka sansem wo be kire en okwan a wo de be fa so si woni so okwan na dia mesra won pe baby ntina na wo mo bi nom
donc se on pe baby ntina no me donc was here to asan komo we so ne ye se ye ko ye num 2020 no dia ni ki ne ma ye be ye campaign ni twemu a da ye be to aba no abato na chi ye call elections who say ya dia Ghana se chofo say ya fa ye be to nkomo no eso na ye de eno aba
afia me entiaso na ye woni ma bebre ate se ye wahu young political science for ye kire se wo koto aba ye wa akwa bi sa okwan bi san wo ye wo pre-phase sabri ne wo da wo to aba no ene wo post election se bi san nyina o ma wo yire fi ho a abato wo no rento na wo beto we be yibiri fofo efi sabri ko si bra ye beto aba no ete se ye hwe se mra ye bedi so ese ye nkasa be ye huam ete se ye hu se ye campaigner issues nsem ahu hi omeni ye beka ho asem na ye nga ye journalist ye beso won a wode sansem beto apon so se munjire ngase munjire kire mu da ye to aba ese se ye hwe ye hu ye na ye di mra so enti so obi ade mra hye ne nsem na odi sabe obre hunu bi ya wo ho ete se ye bo modern se what to aba no onipa ba ko pe no de battle no baba betugba any electoral commission abato commission adwuma no eni nti obi nsoro ngeze me madi o mekura mpo de mekura na me dikanwa ha da bi sa de ne se ya de o to yefiwa efi woto abewia se no manyina ye besan akokan aboa ye ho na ye ngeje results na tum ye wadi bi principle bi wo political science a ye kan wa abato mu se woto abana se we democrat na we jedia o se accept defeat and abide by the rules of the game je tum se madi nkugu na me bo ne odi nkunim na abaso na membuano se obedi o man so bere pemu no mekwa koye me homework na masanga ba sa okwan no na yemfa so ebebu o man
yo dog mama no wase bebre Dr. Sasante HRD political science department at University of Ghana Lagos no ne acheche enkomo no esina man no 10 over 10 no say dog akasapa na say ya na wo say ye no efutuo dog bona kumsi nom yera blue cheso mu nyina ni om ho adaje nti na kra so o ma betena no om boa me atoto nyen for 2020 nya esem keto yeda say wo so wo aje ncha fa send e wo Facebook UTV Ghana and say UTV Ghana e wo YouTube ye be kan e de ama Uncle Bright ye manwe Dr. Sasante asem o ka one na ya aje
menyini ya adwene papa wa kebi na mama kepa ohiamenyi se ebi phonies oyado ha wadwene pi ahona owo radio na TV se otede house na kotoko bobo nka no elections are passing into no order ye ayena ye some trofo ye juma wo ye media no de mama kan no nukore ne do ye ka na sawo phone na sa ba so na mampanyin da do bi oye de na ejem order etumu ka chen de asam cry kan no nukore ni ahimfa no da. You don't allow people to just make unsubstantiated, because the moment you allow that to happen, then the trouble begins. So civility. Oh yeah, I hear you Juma as media.
Oh yes, Sakra. Me say me de be anko for de be me. Ana mani pananu si. Ana watian, ana wade na wo de bia wo interrupt.
So you no call them who there as American. And I mean, it's unsubstantiated. Young Kadamanka. Oni evidence. A tumor connected there A, B, C, D, and C, which can be verified. Don't know about tumor. So you see, we must build this in our culture that we must be fair to people. It be a pure awesome, but and yes, and I don't have the evidence. Why should I be? Oh here, that culture we must maintain. Phones, you know, or tarding some people. Yeah, I won't you know. I did cheaper. Obakado, another. You can be about my party. One cash and show. Until the following day, I also why I ready there about 2 bombs. But if you play to the rules of the game, then everybody is clear in their mind that look. You won't be allowed to get away with unsubstantiated.
Okay. Dr. Bonakum, so ne doc ya adwen
many doc ya adwen many Uncle Barton ya adwen pa the doc no park chair say you can't say a journalist asundi da also and a profession and yes you can quantity. We are journalists now, so we interested. Say, be and you, for say, obey bibi abwa enimpa. Yes, you can go. Your friend, public service. Into no stations, newspapers. Then, my journal, you know, public service. The hiyama nipadodo omano ena a friend of you. Into said now, we can so. The head them for person or meeting the country or my baby. Unu say journalist we are public service the you know and some nipa no ni yema nche obeti eno ho e friend no you want to know the opetia no kedi otitijegu ni ade no and you need to know ompo obo election bebe e bia nya ne fe ompeso oti ana say covid ompeso oti ho accept but I need to know information now e wo person e so de ma no ompo obetie. So, you know, when I'm in control, some are professionalism, no, a demon nima, a boapa, you can't say who's a journalist. And never be a nippon, you define to be a journalist. Eddie can to say the affair money or can a present can. A beer, aquaji, a journal hunted here, training, what call school. School near classroom, call, bit me here, Sunina will see you. Nina, your school.
Oh, okay.
Now, or sound so uphold your code, you know. Sana me ni
ko di akwankyere no so
o se o ye journalist o se mini akwankyere on ye journalist e na o sa to me say to me bi o ha senche na se frɛ na obenya asem nyoma me nsen e na define who is a journalist ndi o ye journalist and just the opa bi obetima ye ana say ba bi o ye adwuma no obetima bi a opɛ media commission honom say ba bi o ye adwuma no o no akɔset in business o se me the MPP asem ko na ka na NDC asem ko na we ka na so we journalist nyoma bi horma orma sa kan se de me de mintimi nka nyema adwuma nti once journalist no na me kan say professionalism no emu ahyemu kana utimi gina na so wo support o gije o media commission or no
doc
enti me
doc we are sure so support say job ya bro wo mo Ghana de eti an say DJ say oh na ya trust statement we condemn this
it's better than at least formally
obi an ka but doc now can be say job for nya kukuduro no mka de no Uncle Bright can say yen can no correct truth facts na say as you so politicians uko busa question ko last week Professor Jampo Abraham or to be say your uncophobia from Facebook langers social media langers politicians na form no machu omoka nti say no krasa ma bibia no ofre ye call abi na ni di no krasa they say no krasa nti uko kan ye be yew nti obi anso ye say me nkoka me ye nyew because we say no abusuafo ye di watama no pa wie na enwuma me krasa ma me ozi jadwuma na tena oba bi jo nti how long na ye betimi akoso ye nka no kre
say na me ka say
no kre no so obi ampe no kre so asan
Afia na me ka say profession a profession e adwuma bia nye bia na betimi aye ye ka say professional ne adwuma nye bia betimi aye o doctor for lawyer for engineers journalists nye bia na betimi aye journalists we dey say akukuduro nye bia na wakukuduro nye bia no pamfifimu nye bia no ye boni din a enha no nti nye bia na betimi aye adwuma no na Afia uko school you ba journalism school see can dey assemble akunchiro it say trust but verify and the account to home mama and the bible we are professional journalist say trust but verify no kure no ebi be kan asema achiro oh me ginidi account me ka say wonjini ni nanso wo be fa chire afifi me say do kan ye no no kure say the president kan be kan asem na asem no ansa no batudwa no ya sisi adanse you mati president na mum wa bokwa ye we check ansana we da to any fellow journalist
okay
go bobo CNN BBC no
etika saglamidie na ke die chire ko ne akwa
ko check no ne chire se ne na ye journalist now you reporter dey obodo de kan ko kan akoka there be a reporter and a journalist dey wati nanso obe verify no dey aka ho eno na ya GJ for training ni ade na e bia e bohu dawuro se won be kai so code nu eni ewom nti no se code ndi enhia ni a
kencho
nti ni profession
Uncle Bryce me mra wona mbusa se ne journalism asema okay bebre ti radio so TV so sa code krom nim so wonim sa bebre nim sa code no ethics ya ye ke kra bebre nim
ogu press center ho ma muhu
say you go Uncle Bright try and make sure
no that's what you ma it's even on the net and no payment bill I just wanted to refresh my I wanted to go through there for some time I went on the net and I read about it so if you are a serious journalist why would you be working without knowing
the ethics
of the profession
and engine too
and I know these are shortcomings into the market there your elections guidelines for election coverage or they were print near the board after all major election or today generally and every 4 years 4 years is a long time you can imagine the number of reporters that have gone up and are not going to you're going to have a new crop of journalists covering this election so we must take that into consideration and get this pasted all around the place for them to, you know.
How about Uncle Bright? As someone up of Sajampo can about social media langers, including bloggers near they say, Jumano, Sankayan Central from Kwampo, Neya, and Kenya. Say, no more say, I want to free for all. Industry is regulated. Yen to be chase say obia sorry na company afano na wakotena radio so welebu no so ensechoni obia sorry ya kofa na watena TV so a fine girl and a fine man na wakotena oye ensechoni na oye adwuma enso ade oye na eka ya adwuma yi so nti oye no social media langada oye no kwan bi so osusu person oye no mra kwan so
I like the word social media langada
Professor Gampo social media langas
oye journalist oh God, or pedocus senyama. Until the market there, for example, I know traditional media, and social media is a good thing. There are a lot of people on social media, but the very few who are bad not can get you frustrated. But we shouldn't allow that. I know what traditional media no. What that you must even have social media editors with people who will be, monitoring social media, and possibly if they see any dangerous thing, get traditional media to check on it and put out the right story. The social media there is important, but because by so doing, we also impact on them.
Yeah.
So
but say Uncle Bright, who say social media no mum, and chere obia de onye. Ade beto social media no obia fa. Ebeto a ye di watama be 1 week a. Yes, so na wo trendy. Oko viral. Wasem na ekọ ho. Nti say obia politicians kra no, omo campaign nyina, omo de agu social media. No ti na sa time na Professor Jampo de ba na ba no social media langas. Eho no obia ton na de. Eho no obia ye ne campaign.
Oide ahi nyina ye boa. Mo all kodono. Be assured that now no be su say ayena ye traditional media ye boa. So I am so ye wo ho. What's up I go on, but the point is if we do the right thing over the years, things would improve.
Okay.
And then I also believe strongly the social media why are the fufurity? It is not what is happening is not unique to Ghana. All over the world, even developed democracies like the UK, Britain, they are all having challenges with social media. Now say COVID-19 obey. If you see the conspiracy theories, some people were getting confused. But what could we do? And in the last few weeks, I think things have crystallized. It's getting better. I'm not saying if I had a wish, this shouldn't happen. But it's a double-edged sword. There, it has its good and it has its bad. And as we go along as a democracy, we will begin to find solutions to them. There's a law that forbids, sending around false
information.
But people still do it. So I think that democracy too requires some patience. To develop it. You cannot use dictatorship and arbitrariness to develop a democracy. So we'll see how it goes.
So I will share live UTV so I no pay critical issues any day abremo hase media no kwan be so na ebetimi aboama free and fair elections e dey anima bronya osumede to so 7 December ye be kwa akoto say na AT&T pedifo akese e na omo ye nsechofo senior omo train omo ene akofo omo abase ehwe na omo ka se no kre e major thing e wo se ehwe na ye kan wa se but no kre no ne de and also your question obi beka say NDC no kre MPP no kre ana no kre no ankasa say sana Ghana ababe na mo Eric Edu no say we are not talking about voters register wa ha ene nti Afia abato no say de Mr. Blue no ye wo before abato na ye beto no da ye to aba no after abato voters register no so e ka sa process no ehunti enye no e na o say ye ka na obi person make comments bi sir Isaac Kobiyele no say thank you very much Afia we are one of the sensible people la odi omaba omo kasa e ma akoma eba from pa these are the people also odi omo ba abna kunadu asamwa say me hwe mo live wo UTV medamase papa say mo ye discussion we and Moses Domadiva Jakpa was say vimlady me catch say ya mo nkofo mo face mask na obi ade ni face mask ba nye he na ebe ma face mask because ye che no krase no so nim say ye issue na ya contaminating no so nti obi ade ni face mask na ode aba Isaac Kumsin o say if ya me uncle e no to wono na wono no ye discussion no ye da say so uncle no dia na wabonidi ni ehun say the uncle de na David ahe earlier discussion no person say on the Saglemi project so Sameti honorable something here see year pa dia omo estimate some 200 million besi 5,000 units but actual implementation anka so mko end 1,500 pe na omutumi esi ye ene emeti ase a difference so na say hwe say sika no wo he akwa kosi say o say critical issues my idea pass mo discuss Saglemi project na monto aso say dey ba ye behu ensem no say dey etie pa na we dey ye pese ehu no krepa e wo sa Saglemi project we ye mo obi ametena ho ema onka de ono kasa epe Albert Agua sevem ene me pe o discussion now de buy pa Rashid Ali ɔse vim lady me pe critical issues here mode aba no ɔware prince ɔse vim me de mani jiw program no ho pa monkoso na monyese na copy wisdom ɔse ne lecturer ne Dr. Isa Asante no ye good pa asem obeka ye nyina ɔne no ye adwen Steven Ata Jaban ɔse me so me pe discussion na maye no adi su pisa so Belgium na ɔhwɛ ɔse me damase pa Kennedy Adakwa Yadom ɔse vim papa bi ene mpedifo ade won bayi na mpese de omu ye nkofo mu kasa boko wo makoma ewo fom no bamfia ni Solomon ɔse anope mu achevim lady na adenti na NDC for de eba housing deal ni sika amakokodi ni ebusam question na mu dwane samse anya begina ha o ha ni ekasen real na mele koi ɔse always on top of the issue if ya catch samse ahin so onya botre na girigiri no ye na ɔse next week ode ba na ode kwan onya boche de nkrata na kasante oba wa fan krata ma no kra ma oduro David donko oduro no say ntronko na samse ahin ba ya no pa no obedi ye Lord Papa Akwa wasi da pempe entro na also obedi ye no wasi samse ahin the document aba wa fa document ujina telephone so ekeka de ope akohwisem na obedi Release Kofi Esiedu Schneiderlin eso Belgium o say fia me pe enne discussion ya de aba nchichu ni ofa etoso mienu no bibia e boko na ho na unya aboche ete ensem ekoso Emmanuel Pia ese me wo Canada na mehwe mo no me da so papa somebody we aba Nana White man was here fia enti we mu nyina samse ahi mu nyina be di ministers e wo Ghana hada na o so obusa question keke Anababukari Zakari no say fia enti Collins Dada wo ma ho ena wa shada asoma samse ahi so obedi tro e wo TV no so e be ya next week na so odi ne beba kra me fa ne ma ena Jane Tiffany ma me say wa akofo no say fia what is this woman talking about if you pempe omre studio no me chance me mu amofa Francis Vim me pese de obusa questions pa ye good and a light worker ya ozigo ose Ghana for ede wo mo mani na ho na politicians ama me dada wo mkra said dem penifo yi kan no kre ene ade wo se mo se tofo no mo hwe na mo kan wasem Simon Jan ose catch on obo something he say onye focus ye busa no question onye question na no nya se odane no ntokwa na so ogidi se o tiantia mu no ye gidigidi a ena nkofo be ka se de o ka no eye no kre God servant Prince Nana ba kwache wose onyankopon hu ne mamobo pa na se wei ena samse ahene no nkofo be ba betena so a wo be gidigidi dia ne Ghana no ye kɔ yenim anase ye ba yechi ono ne question de aba no Albert Kojo Cloud Kumsim osivim ladies about time e we say ye amend the constitution pa na enye se obia ne so ya ne amana kota parliament oba radio so ana TV so gidi so betimi akasa ache ye said ono akasa ope Francopon say Afia so am macro junction mo project bi mo anye enti patwa pictures na fa send the evidence base na chese so yetumi e follow up amao na Eric Edu no say me de mitie mo pa nyakopo shamo ne adwuma mo ye enne ede ama mo hwe centrofo because centrofo ni bi ho no ma wa hwe ye na omo de gidigidi saa omo nka enema ebebo omafo no kra ama Ghana fa ne to mape fra be na omo kan sema emfa eye asomdwe ma na ekwakofa ntokwa ene de aba na me amebra mafo wo Delaware eno se fia me hwe mo pa good job na mo de eba no mo busa question so a ebebo ama no kra no etumi adi ewo mai emu bramafo o se fia munye adwuma pa na step first ono so eni fiefo ewo circle ha a o mutie discussion good job enko ema panel members na omo wo studio ntichu na omo wo fine to so mienu koso na omo mai hu ensema ekoso ewo Ghana Bishop Kwabna Ajima Pempese mehwe mo pa good job na mo ye na esinam apaso no ka se ono kwa de odo yera blue ne Dr. Bodako se wo mama omo watinsem na se anye girigiri enye ntokwa bia omo nyina atiase doc mfa ye wrap it up no ye koye ne ne matitu pa ugiri se en central for the robonyuma ye ya ebetimi aboa ma abato we enchi
ene tiakra na Mr. Bride Blue kan ye no journalism adwuma bi a ahote be ehia kokudro adwuma bi a uye ni yi a uji dimpa anye ni yi nso a uji udin intino DJ any schools ni many institutions de ombe yom de na sentrafo na pa gina wo so uye journalist na se untimi nyina ona so na unfifi nsemu uni akokoduro na onye journalist ntina afie mo wo akonya saa no ebi ba mafudie no so ana mo phone so no ka asema anye nokro ana honti a John Osana Kajan so oh Uram Pacho ase we dey twisan ana ase we dey se uni nyina so a enka ncheche na bi no de memeka no se abatu ebebe se journalist for na afia na nsi form na wo man kan okra no nipa na yo no me di ni anka okra no wo man kiro no na wo man san fa nya adwuma edin sempi be ha nte fa agya ye ni journalist no so
I say doc Uncle Bright
me de kakraba ka ho doc akani nyina mom na odzikan ya kan ya he ne ya afa na ohia stakeholders titri yisi nankasa oda onyi media journalists dinkita ho nyeme binum wo ho a oda ahon so wo ya oboa journalism wo ye dwuma ye example early voting
special voting
on the semi pb politicians now or someone baby also the journalists early voting what they buy then when you free there so you might voting term you can I want to go to kwan but care papa was general secretary then the people call Sefiyo so of your cry 1 month yearly voting that was your voting man will simbe 7 o'clock that be nobody will Sefiyo so into no other you dinkita ho kakra obotum waye wabo media accreditation obey in term okay accreditation in terms of early voters ebia ebotum ya mahon 200 na gj wabo peace UTV joy nkofo ahin na wope we vote because them am kan if you ashas without media it's a joke no matter you are just grouping in the dark ya de na bia anyi ntiwonka into assembly bar what's assembly abo what's them back there was no media there so how then can you find out whether this is the truth or this is the lie into no you see a friend then government na la wobua no kakra a friend then president wokoshia what do waso ate ye hwenyim de kakra obotum waye wabo media ma wotum waye dwuma ne ye no awon so wobeye into no kakra mo de baka wonyi
abusafo na ha ane ye de critical issues in besi said Uncle Bright and Dr. Bonako Tiaka no media no a very critical role electoral commission hu sa na bibia o mo de baba but o mo hwe so o mo ne nsentwofo nkita odie no ebekoto oten se bi wo ma media for grant last minute ansa na electoral commission dia ba obehwe na manso na kwakwa epepe na media for ntiase a ebe de ne ya kirase amankofo atiase bia nte voters right kekei akwakwa do supreme court cause ntiase ni wo kwa bonti sesi amenko busa nkrofo say voters register yi oti asese adani MPP because education chire na wo se media for ye no ye kra ye ntiase ne yakwa ye na yetumi ama ye hu ensem no said ye koso politicians kasa amu kasa baba heads we can this we can people say jofo ntumi nya kokudro said Dr. Bonakum sika enseche ya no kasa de we de ndis una ye wrong MPP una ye wrong oko kape social media langas fu aso ebedi watema ko se ade bechi wo hwe na so ateni ni hawa o se men koka biem se twadwuma no kwa mejayo ana abaye kra afi de wo se sen NDC wo se sen MPP na de watena we do message na call baby o man so nye yeda o ma bia be ya it takes bold people o saje mo no moje independence ma Ghana bold people wanye kukudro anka bibia nipa bedi wasem atemne 20 years ebeba no ye be kanfo said o sajefo ene ye kanfo no se kwame kuma ye nye odeni so ho ye fa sia no se ne fa da kese ma apoafo nyina nene momusi ya she tuntuma UTV ne despa media nya she tuntum je se enu abema kodwo wiafe eda form ya nti na wotwe nyina ye she tuntum ye wa yiem nti ye kasa no so kofom a na mo de a che kakra because areho wa hanti no kru ni nyina obi edi areho ye be mabusuafo o ma me na yire ne mankete miensa ye mo nyina ya akọ na ye kwa so management team pedifo kese Mr. Kote father Dixon ene director no me ade nya be mo obi ya akọ ene shede because we wan kra wanyade wotene ba bi na we say empofiri mu a wapatre eko nti abusuafo ye me nyina ye ho shede yɛdamase na ansa na yɛbɛkɔ no so ye bi free mu no na ebi so se kyerɛ sɛ ebi so ba bɛka ye nuaba ama sapɔnkuma koma ɛkyɛ so no a na busuafo no bi so edi wɔn mo awoda a ɔse yɛmfa so na yɛmfa enkyia wɔn mu sɛ de ba nyina yɛ na yɛka sɛ yɛsi esu kura yɛgyae ehem nti na kyɛ sɛ yɛde ma enkyia kɛse de ama ɛyɛ okunu yɛwura Dr. Badade controller and accountant general department we Shelley Ban Adade ne mma no ɛyɛ akua kobia Ban Adade Nana Kwame ɛna ebusuafo nyina so sɛ wɔn ma ɛna se ɛmfa se da kɛse nso ɛma ɛyɛ fresh Pamoni clothing wɔn wɔ enkran wɔn madama ɛna wɔn de ntaare nyina tuntumi a ɛhyɛ nyina no wɔn ɛde ma yɛ sanso na the boy fashion so ɛmɛ jewelry ne ade kɔmakola wɔn ɛwɔ hɔ wɔn nyina so ɛma yɛ sanso ɛna se da kɛse nkɔma Lisa yeni aba Lisa Afrisha pa na yɛ sɛ obede wo Rana Motors yakofo nhya wɔn ma mfie bebree nka ho sɛ de ba asɛm bia nto ɛwɔ kwan bia so yeni aba Lisa happy birthday nkɔma abusuafo yɛ fam Afia Pokua sɛ da kɛse nkɔma production team no nyina directors edi ne Boama Rasta Randy mu nyina ɛdamase covid aba but emrantie we ɛyi adwuma te sɛ pɔnkɔ ɔmo nakra ebi kra da adwuma mu ha yakopo nhyam na covid ko 9000 empare wo so no wabusuafo ebi ba betwem wo abobo ano ebusuafo yakopo ya ma next week e beto aso edamase